Hey, people, just a reminder here, my merchandise is live. It's going to be linked in the description. Leo's Patreon is going to be linked in the description.
Yes.
Support the podcast, support the channel you love or like or watch just to talk shit about in the comments. Either way, it makes no difference to us. Let's get it started, people. We got a big show for you here.
Big show. Well, I did some investigations, and I have a guy who is testing 100% positive for the coronavirus that we have to call at any time, Danny. So whenever you want me to call him, let me know. I want to find out some things. I have some questions. I know you have some questions for him, too.
Let's back this up. He's testing 100%? Like he's
testing.
currently
He
has a needle in his arm and he's getting his blood done?
I'm sorry. He has tested positive. He is confirmed to have the virus.
Okay.
And he is happy to be on the Leo and Danny show. He's not a fan. I actually got him recommended to me by a friend in college.
He's one of the people talking shit in our comments?
Could be like one of those guys. I'm pretty sure he is a liberal.
Let's go into this conversation assuming he is one of the people talking shit.
No, dude, we have to we're trying to get some helpful information from the guy. Should I dial him up?
You don't want me to be aggressive.
Don't be so mean to this guy, please.
You don't want me to be antagonizing.
Stop burning bridges all over my. You're literally like a huge earthquake to all the bridges that I surround me. They're just crashing down. Just dish, dish, dish.
You're welcome, buddy. Speaking of, producer Ben had a word with me this morning. He wasn't too happy about our comments toward him last week.
I want to formally apologize to producer Ben. He's a great kid.
He is a great guy.
Yeah, he's a sweet kid, and I don't want to ever be on his bad side because I love the kid.
My roommate, I walked in on him and my roommate Noah listening to our podcast. And they both turned and gave me a somewhat dirty look in the middle of it. And I thought, oh, they must have just listened to a part they didn't like much. Didn't put it together until this morning, though, when he called me out and said, basically, hey, Danny, you realize I have a job and I have mainstream career aspirations, right? You can't be talking about me smoking volcanoes before work.
And you did it again. God damn it, you asshole.
Well, I'm taking his side now.
Okay, but I get it. But you've mentioned once again, there's now another podcast, there's something else online.
He said,
mentioning
Danny,
his marijuana use.
He said, Danny, you can't be saying that I, Benjamin Wong, am sticking a needle in my arm, injecting pure China white heroin into my leg.
You used his full name. What is wrong with you? Now that's going to come up on a Google search, you asshole.
It's true. Bicep and leg. He does both.
Oh, my God.
Let it be known.
Jesus Christ, man. This poor kid. Danny,
listen. He said, Danny, you can't be telling the world that I troll West Adams Boulevard past midnight and find the fattest, blackest, most tattooed hooker I can and pay her in cash to suck my dick and lick my ass behind the Taco Bell.
Okay, I have to say that's actually true. Ben does actually love black hookers, but that's not something that that's not necessarily a negative. What's wrong with that?
I agree.
There's nothing wrong with that.
In 2020, an employer should look at that as diversity.
Yeah. If I was an employer and my employee was having sex with black hookers, fat ones, I'd say, you know what? This guy deserves A, a raise, B, a managerial position.
Corner office.
Corner
office.
That's the kind of guy that you want to run the ship.
Yeah. He's the kind of guy who, if you make him hiring manager,
right.
All he cares about is qualifications.
Exactly.
The top of his list for qualifications might be sucking a good dick.
Right.
But hey, sexual harassment, we'll talk about that later.
But before all these movements, business was doing fantastic in the United States. All right, there were women blowing people to get to where they needed to be in life, and they were doing fine. They were all happy with it. Nobody was talking much, and then one day,
somebody spoiled the party.
And now look at our economy now. Look what's going on. That's why we got to call this fucking guy, dude.
The coronavirus, we're going to talk about this too. We're going to talk about our survival mission in the woods.
We are.
Lastly, we have a big YouTuber, bigger than me, who is an inexcusable fanboy.
He really loves us.
It's bordering on creepy.
It's not creepy. He's a good kid.
He's a
good kid.
No creator bigger than us should be supporting us both on Patreon.
That's true.
Be a diehard fan of the podcast and the channel. So we're going to bring him in here. We're going to size him up. We're going to watch some of his content, which, spoiler alert, Leo and I both have some issues with it. And we're going to make him feel like a piece of shit for your entertainment right here in studio.
Quick question for you, buddy. Have you ever in your life put yourself in somebody else's shoes? I'm just curious.
No.
Never.
Why would I do that? It's great being me.
I get it, Danny, but like, have you ever thought of maybe the perspective of the other person that you're hurting?
That's why we're going to bring him into the couch so he can defend himself.
Well, I get it, Danny, but I mean, like, have you ever just maybe thought, of the other person's perspective at all ever in your life?
No, Leo, and I don't plan on it.
God damn it.
I don't plan on thinking about this guy's perspective either.
God, you better
And
be
I'm
nice
going
to
to
this man.
antagonize him.
You better be nice to this man. I believe he served our country.
Hey,
let's go.
Do you see the hat I'm wearing right now? Combat wounded, baby.
God.
I served the country too. Austin, can you get the straight on angle on my hat?
God fucking damn it.
Producer Austin in studio. Yeah, if this guy wants to talk battle stories.
Nicholas Moore is his name. This guy, Nicholas
Oh,
Moore.
yeah, we'll talk about Syria, how I parachuted into Damascus,
Oh, God.
how I was wounded in the line of duty. We'll talk about all that.
All right.
He is a military man, yes?
I believe he is a military. I've only looked at clues on his Facebook, and it seems as though he might be a military man. So you guys could share stories, of course, Danny, because you do have the Purple Heart, as
I have
seen by
war
the hat
stories.
that you purchased right in front of me.
No. I was given to this by
it.
Bush, President
I
George
saw
Bush.
it. It's an L.A. Surplus Army Navy store, and it was purchased by you.
It was Washington, D.C., right next to the Korea Monument. That's where George Bush handed me this hat and shook my hand and took a photo with me.
Oh, is that right?
Yes.
I believe it was right next to a Kobe mural in Los Angeles. But
So you're trying to tell me right now that I bought this hat as a bit at a surplus store right before we went on our survival mission?
You know what, buddy? There's a theme. Yeah, because you themed it over over a Navy SEAL, very famous Navy SEAL. So yeah.
We'll talk about that later.
Okay. Should we dial this fucking guy?
Let's call, and I'll talk to this guy. We'll figure out who's military and who's not.
All right,
Call him
dialing.
up.
Do the introduction. Let's be nice for a little bit.
Okay.
All right.
I'll lay low over here on my mic.
Hello.
Hi, Nicholas Moore, correct? This is Leo. How are you?
What's up, man? Good. How are you?
I'm very good. You're on the Leo and Danny show. So otherwise, I know that I'm glad to hear that your voice isn't like terribly sick or anything. But let's just start with a little bit about your background, really quick. Where are you from? What do you do? How old are you? All that.
So I originate from Kentucky.
Very nice.
I've been in
Kentucky
San
boy.
Diego for 6 years.
Okay.
Brought out here by the Navy.
The Navy.
Oh, wow. Well,
Wait, this is great news because my co-host here,
what's his name again?
Nicholas.
Nicholas. Fellow Navyman here. Very glad to speak to you.
Oh, nice. What's going on, man?
Not much, man. I'm going to let Leo continue talking to you about the virus, though, and we'll open the garage. We'll talk about the military stuff in a little bit here.
So real quick, when were you tested, or how were you tested, and what are the symptoms? Let's start with those two things.
Last week I started a school, a military school, and on that Monday I had the weekend prior I went to a music festival called Crossed here in San Diego. It's like a house music festival. About 21,000 people go. It was probably one of the last events that they've gone before everything kind of shut out. So that Monday I went to the schoolhouse. I had a pretty heavy cough and nasal congestion, a very croupy cough. My body was sweating, kind of this temperature couldn't get adjusted. Thought I just had a post music festival kind of cold. Didn't really think too much of it.
Let's figure out which drugs he was doing.
Kind of self-treated, cough drops and all that stuff, and then went out throughout the week, and it felt just like cold. A little bit of my breathing was kind of labored, but I thought again it was just a cold. So come Friday, I woke up and I in a weird twist of whatever, I happened to have a sty that formed under my eye. So I woke up and my eye was shut. So that was really the reason that I went to the doctor on Friday. And then, of course, I walk in the doctor, and there's a table right at the door, and they're, have you displayed any symptoms of a cold? And I said yes. So they made me put a mask on, and I met with the doctor, and they didn't think that I was at any risk for the virus at that point. So I got treated for upper respiratory infection, and then the next morning I woke up, and I had a text message that said that an instructor at the same schoolhouse that I was at, not mine, but someone in the schoolhouse had a presumptive positive. So I went back to the hospital on Saturday, and based on my symptoms and that, they went ahead and tested me. And then within 24 hours, I got tested at about 1 o'clock on Saturday afternoon, and then by 3 o'clock Sunday afternoon, somebody called me, and he said, where are you? And I said, I'm home. And he said, are you sitting? And I said, yeah. And he said, you tested positive for coronavirus.
Nice, an elite club.
Nice, man. Well, look, it's you didn't have a fever, huh?
I didn't. So that
Wow.
was the really unusual part for me. I've talked to so many doctors since this has happened because they're trying to, of course, trace where I've been and who I've been in contact with, and all of them are perplexed by not having a fever because that's apparently the most common symptom, and that I didn't have that. So
Is it?
It's interesting.
Nicholas, hello. This is co-host Danny again. I'm a little concerned because I was walking around for a bit we were doing earlier this week. The fans will be happy to know Jackhammer Jeremy appeared in the flesh in a main channel video.
He did.
I was walking around shirtless in the rain, and then we just spent the night last night in 28-degree weather while it was snowing in the mountains with no shelter. I woke up, Nicholas, and, I'm a military man, so that kind of condition. I'm no stranger to those sorts of cold, those sorts of discomforts. But I woke up, and I was coughing up big green loogies. I had some nasal congestion, and I'm just hoping it was the elements and not the corona.
Well, I mean, realistically, I've got to tell you, I never in a million years. I was talking so much trash about this at the beginning of the week. I was telling everybody to calm down. Everyone's freaking out.
Corona's for pussies. If you get it, you're a piece of garbage, etc.
I was trash talking it. And then
yeah.
I literally had the doctor repeat it to me like 5 times. So, there's only 55 people in San Diego who have contracted it, and I'm one of them.
You guys should all get together and fuck.
Jesus.
No.
Well, I mean,
I think I'm one of the first 5 in the entire military.
Nice.
So, yeah.
I might be 6.
For me.
So, Nicholas, I want to back up a little bit. Leo may disagree with this aside, but what kind of drugs were you doing at that music festival? Because that also might be relevant to what lowered your immune system.
I was doing none. There were plenty that were, I'm sure, being done, as music festivals always are.
It's a military man, Danny.
Okay, so Nicholas, none, wink, wink, a lot of Molly, some Coke.
He's a military man.
A gallon of Arrowhead will get that out of your system quick. Listen, the military men can still do it.
The military men in our crew are both sober. So, of course, Fan Jerry's completely sober.
Leo, when I was deployed in China temporarily, there were days when I would not leave my hotel room, snorting pure opium.
Jesus.
And my CEO came and tested my blood the next morning. But a gallon of Arrowhead, it works wonders, my boy.
Nice. Well, I'm pretty sure Nicholas was a little bit more dedicated than you were, buddy.
All right, I'm going to let Leo continue his line of questioning. Nicholas, one moment here.
All right, man. Well, look, we wish you the best as far as recovery. I know that you're going to be fine, man. I wouldn't worry too much about it. But what kind of psychological, effects does this have on you?
So, it's crazy. I am a really social person, and obviously, going to music festivals and doing things like that, that's the type of person I am.
And ecstasy there.
I'm trapped in my apartment.
How much porn have you been watching? Any?
So, in a true friend moment, so I put this stuff on Facebook, right? I made this public so that people could see, and I've had so many messages from people. But this one dude hit me up. He's a friend of mine. And he's the real MVP. He sent me his login for a porn site so that I could log in and unlimited stream all I want to.
What site?
What site?
It's a gay porn site. So.
It's a gay porn site. Nice.
Oh, is that
is Danny's favorite?
Or was it just your friend happened to be gay and you had nothing better? Why the gay porn site?
Well, he works for the site, and it's one that you had to pay a membership for.
That's probably some good content.
No, it is. No, for sure. It's very good. He's like, here you go. Here's a way to pass the time.
Is Nicholas a gay man, or is he just watching this out of boredom?
Of course Nicholas is a gay man.
Oh, I didn't understand that, Leo. I'm sorry.
Well, now you know, buddy.
I have a couple questions about gay porn.
I'm definitely like the first gay guy affected, too. I'm like the ground zero here.
Ground zero for the gay, yeah. I didn't think gay guys or black guys could get it, but now it seems as though... Danny. Okay, so Danny has some questions about the gay porn. He's very bi-curious, to be completely honest with you, Nicholas. Mm-hmm. Danny has seen more penises than I could ever imagine a straight man has seen. I'm talking to be on our channel, you basically have to show him your penis. So I'm gonna say, like, some people think that he doesn't enjoy it, but most people think he does enjoy it, and I'm on that side as well. I do think he enjoys it. It's not just for the comedy. I think it's really because he enjoys it. But anyway, he's gonna ask you a few questions about the gay porn. I'm sure you can answer them.
Hello, Nicholas. This is co-host Danny again. Nicholas, straight porn can essentially be broken down into two main categories: big titty MILF and teen. If you're not watching one of those, you're exploring the niche.
What about Latina, no. nice ass Latinas? That's a thing.
That's niche.
It's niche.
Big titty MILF and teen. That's all that matters. Nicholas, what are the two primary genres of gay porn, if you had to summarize them?
Straight.
Ooh.
That's one of the big ones?
Like straight, broke straight guys or straight dudes.
Broke straight dudes. That sounds good.
But you have to know, Nicholas, much like the straight porn counterpart, which is de-virginizing an alleged virgin, I don't buy into that because I know there's no chance a virgin would ever come over to the porn industry, and you have to know that it's very rare that they're going to talk a real straight guy into getting fucked on camera his first time.
Oh, Danny, you
by
thought
a guy.
Never. I've had plenty of experiences with guys who are questioning their sexuality, and it has never went as clean or as clear as it goes in those videos.
Yeah,
Yes.
Nicholas, you're a handsome guy, so I'm pretty sure you've had your fair share of experimenting with that high school quarterback or the college quarterback for that
I was
matter.
a college frat guy too. It was more in college. Definitely the frat guy.
Danny was
wow.
a frat guy too. Maybe you guys encountered each other and have no idea about it.
A gay dude in my fraternity, and I think he's military now. I don't want to say in what capacity, but he used to, on the surface, tell everybody, oh, look at the tits on that bitch. Look at the ass on that trollop. He'd say stuff like that. But if you came home late enough, you'd see him dragging a little cross-eyed homosexual kid up the stairs.
Jesus.
And this kid was varsity volleyball, just a
Really?
super athlete. The kid probably didn't walk right for 6 weeks after this dude got his hands on him.
You think he had a huge Johnson?
He didn't look like the type, but I think he just strangled the kid, beat the bejesus out of him, fucked him 6 or 7 times before he let him
Nice.
leave the frat house.
Nice. So what's the other?
College, and then in the military. So I'm in the Navy. I always
Me
talk
too,
shit
yeah.
about the Navy being
Yeah.
the gay guys, but the Marines are definitely the submissive ones.
Really?
How many Marines have you fucked, Nicholas?
A lot.
Oh my God!
Marines.
This is fantastic.
Nicholas, just out of curiosity, where did you do your training?
With Great Lakes, Illinois.
Great Lakes, nice. Yeah, I was in Addison, Texas, boy.
It's a shithole in Great Lakes.
Yeah, I was down in Addison, Texas to do all my Navy stuff.
Yeah.
You're out of the Navy now, I would assume.
Yeah. I was in Battleship Unit 306.
So a long fucking time ago is what it sounds like.
Yeah.
It might have been
that's-
3006. It might have
Yeah.
been.
What the fuck, dude? but yeah, that's interesting. So-
I was under Admiral Peterson.
Admiral Peterson, huh? Was he a good guy? Are you familiar with Admiral Peterson, Nicholas?
He believed in the spare the rod, ruin the child. What's that saying? Oh, I'm sorry, Nicholas. Some asshole YouTuber just walked into our studio.
Yeah, some asshole you do. What's up? What's up, Tyler? AKA Mopi. How are you? Be careful there. Mopi. It's Mopi. Yeah. It's Mopi, dude.
All right,
That's what I
sit down,
thought,
Mopi.
dude.
We're in the middle of an interview
either here
with
or there.
no, over there on the
Over
other
there.
couch.
Yeah, on
You're
that
not ready
couch,
for this.
buddy.
I'm sorry, Nicholas.
All right, so yeah, no, wait. So Nicholas, you were talking about fucking Marines.
I'm down to hear that. I
Yeah.
want to hear your craziest Marine fucking story. I want to hear your craziest combat story, and I'm going to tell you some of my war stories too, because Jesus above knows there's quite a few of them.
So I will say that I went on a deployment, and we spent a long time at sea. We spent a very long time, almost 4 months, without being at land.
You know how it goes.
Oh, wow.
Like without touching land. And talk about some like stir crazy people being trapped on a boat for that long. There was a lot of stuff going down on catwalks and in bathrooms and in berthings. But 4 months, everybody starts to look good.
Yeah. I
And
bet. It's true.
Marines were no exception to that. So I definitely on a catwalk on a ship had sex with a Marine in the dark. Good times.
Wow.
No condom?
No condom. Nice. Why would you use a condom?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. Why would you ruin an experience like that with a condom? You know what I mean?
He had a wife at home.
Yeah, he had a wife at home. He's not at risk at all.
Well, with Nicholas's cavalier attitude towards transmitting diseases, I hope they really quarantine his ass with this corona now. It sounds like he doesn't give a shit about giving anything to anybody.
I looked at his Facebook. The man looks like he's doing his due diligence, and he's quarantining himself, Danny. All right, so
I'm just saying,
yeah,
put some latex on
I
the
could be
penis
out
next
spreading this
time.
all
Jesus.
over, wherever I want to be.
yeah, he's not spreading it. All right, so yeah, I guess what else, Danny? You got any
Yeah.
war stories or?
Yeah. Nicholas, what's the most fucked up thing you ever saw when you were out at sea?
Oof. Reality. We went back on that same deployment. There was a mission that was done by SEAL Team to try to save an American journalist.
Which SEAL team was it?
SEAL Team 6.
Oh, yeah. I knew David Robertson in that unit.
So they went off to try to get this person. Things went south. They came back. We met them when they came back on with him. And then they had to hit this dude's chest open. He was like hand massaging the dude's heart. And I
Oh,
was
wow.
like, I've been in the Navy for like 8 months. I was like, holy fucking shit.
Yeah.
Wow. That
Yeah.
sounds pretty intense, man.
Yeah, I had a similar situation in Damascus, Syria. My unit, we had to paradrop in at night. It was a really low altitude drop too. I think it was around 3,000 feet. One of our guys, I think it was a mortar shell, had pierced his intestines, and the intestine, because his stomach was open and the intestine was hanging out, and the part I saw was really badly damaged and burned. So I actually took out my Swiss Army knife. I cut 2 equilateral slices on the intestine to get out the cancerous part, the burned part with the shrapnel in it, and I retied his intestine.
Did the guy live?
Yeah, well, tying the intestine was just a temporary precaution until we could get him to real medical professionals.
Oh, gotcha. I was hoping that. Yeah. I was
Yeah.
hoping for
Which
that.
was not you.
Yeah, clearly
exactly.
it was not you.
But you know how a CIA, not a CIA agent, a Secret Service agent has a tampon in his pocket at all times to stick in a bullet wound?
Yeah.
I had to cut out the shrapnel part of intestine, tie it up like somebody ties their shoes.
Oh, wait a second.
What?
That's why you carry a tampon everywhere you go?
Hey, once a military man, always a military man.
Yeah, I got you.
I don't leave house without a handful of Tampax.
That was always a testy thing. I'm glad that you've told everybody on the podcast now, because we were always wondering. I mean, as a team, me and Austin and everybody on the crew, we were always like, why does Danny always carry around a tampon everywhere we go?
Yeah, there is always one Tampax tampon in my back pocket.
Nice, dude.
Yeah, that's
Nice.
the truth, Nicholas, and it's for
It's a
situations.
very important tool to keep with you at all times.
Yeah,
honestly.
man. Yeah, man. So, when are you going to retire from the Navy?
I'd like to get out after this. I always say that. Everybody always says that. It's so hard
Yeah,
to get out.
I know.
They pay you and they give you medical care, and when a shit like this happens, people are not able to be seen, and you just go be seen. There's no
Nice
what I
vet
mean? That's
hospital.
the
You just go to the vet
comfort of
hospital?
military.
Is that
That's
what you-
great, man.
You just go straight to the vet hospital. Is that what happens, Nicholas?
Yeah, it's so you get sick, you go to medical. You don't have to worry about bills. You don't worry about any of that part. You
It's
just
nice.
go be seen.
It's like family.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's when I tore my ACL on Patrol Boat 87. They took me right to Coronado into the medical facility named after Paul Thomas Anderson.
Nice, man. Paul Thomas. He's known. What did he do in World War II? He was big. Paul
Yeah.
Thomas. I remember that. I remember that in history class.
Yeah, he was the first Navyman to get over the seawall at D-Day, Utah Beach.
Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. He was in Saving Private Ryan. He was one of the characters,
and he
right?
he actually went up into one of the bunkers
Right.
where all the MG-42 machine gun nests were. He knocked out one of the Germans, which is karate.
Oh, that's crazy. He was Vin Diesel's character in
Exactly,
Yeah, he was played by Vin Diesel.
They
in
played
Saving
down
Private
his
Ryan.
heroics. He grabbed one of
Right.
the MG-42s and turned it around, and he took out something like 87 Germans or something.
Oh my God! Well, they had
Astronomical.
talked about that on Saving, but then is that how he died? He died like he bled out there. By,
He also might have directed There Will Be Blood, but the Paul Thomas Anderson medical facility is where I got my knee fixed.
Oh, okay, great. That's great.
If you have the time, if you go into quarantine, I watched Midway today for the first time. I hadn't seen that yet. It's recommended. It's a pretty good movie.
Pretty
Yeah.
solid.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. My grandfather helped retake the island.
Oh, really?
Yeah, of course.
No, I didn't know that your grandfather was in the military.
Yeah, the turning point of the Battle of the Pacific, or the Pacific Theater, my grandfather always said.
The Pacific
Yeah.
Theater.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
There were quite a few Japanese ears on his mantelpiece when he died and the house went up for sale.
So, either one of you have any tips about staying cool under pressure when in the throes of fire or in the middle of a battle? How do you remain in control of your heart rate?
Well,
if not?
Nicholas sounds like a great guy. He seems like he's more concerned with banging Marines and contracting diseases than he does with staying cool under combat.
Gotcha.
So you're gonna have to defer to me on that one, Leo.
Oh, okay. Well, either one of you, I'd like to know. Being a non-military man, I'm a peaceful guy. If there was a draft, I'd probably move to Canada.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Yeah, they say put in cotton earplugs when
Yeah.
the shelling starts. That'll
Okay.
keep you calm, keep your heart rate low.
Nice.
Think about your God,
Okay.
and don't release your finger from the trigger.
It all depends on the person, man. Everybody
Gotcha.
acts different under pressure, and it's either fight or fucking flight. And I've
Mm-hmm.
seen both, and it's just a matter of taking a deep breath and doing what the fuck you're trying to do. That's literally it.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I tend to shoot first and ask questions later.
Is that what you do, Danny?
That philosophy served me really well. Yeah.
Really?
In
Never-
Damascus.
Well, you
No friendly fire deaths or anything, Danny?
A couple of those, but the thing
Really?
is, they can always be easily explained away.
Gotcha. You can perfectly. You sleep right through the night. No problem. Never see those men's faces in your dreams or anything.
The way I see it, Marcus Peters and Tommy Jefferson,
Those are the two guys you took out?
they'd committed a lot of evils in their life prior to me shooting them in the back of the head accidentally.
Wait a second. How do you know they've committed some evils?
Well, I think there's evil inside of all of us.
Well, of course, Danny, but I mean, like, there's different levels of evil. You think these guys get killed cats or people, or just, like, maybe, stomped on a few ants and didn't think about it,
Die of old age, die from friendly fire. What's the difference in the long run?
Jesus Christ, Danny.
All right, Nicholas. Hey, man, it's been really good recounting war stories, talking about sexual encounters with you. This has been...
Dude, Nicholas, you were an absolute champion today. I couldn't have found a better coronavirus, victim today. You were fantastic. Thank you so much.
Hey, Mopi, pipe down. We're not talking to you yet.
Oh, God.
Yeah, Nicholas, this has been great, man. I feel like I'm just grabbing a Coors with a buddy at the bar right now, which we can't do legally because of Corona.
Yeah. Mopi wishes Mopi wishes him well. He's a nice guy.
Hey, some doofus sitting on our couch right now. He's not a military man like me or you, Nicholas, but he wishes you well.
Hey, you guys too, man. Thanks.
All right, man.
No problem,
You
brother.
take care.
Thank you, brother.
Later.
Bye-bye.
Wow.
That was great.
Wow.
Wow. Well,
I'm bummed I missed that. That was the coronavirus.
yeah, we got everything. Look, he didn't have a fever or anything. He was basically just kind of had an upper respiratory like phlegm like cough, and then all of a sudden he goes to the doctor, and they tested everybody that had like cold like symptoms, and it came back that he is positive for the coronavirus. One of 55 cases in San Diego, and one of the first gays, and also one of the first military guys.
They might want to test a certain married Marine for AIDS too now.
Well, Danny, that is absolutely shocking you would say such a thing. He just had a blood test. He's probably clear of HIV. Jesus Christ, Danny.
Or gonorrhea. Maybe not the big A. But...
Isn't there some kind of, don't you have like some kind of code with other military men where you guys don't talk shit about each other? Like, you guys both serve the country. I mean.
Well, the way I see it, there are the guys who are in the shit, taking the shells like me.
Gotcha.
And there are dudes that are just cruising around on laundry ships.
Gotcha. And he's one of those guys, the laundry ship guy?
I'm going to let you draw your own conclusions.
Well, I mean.
Mopi,
Hey.
first of all, how's it going?
What's up, brother?
It's really rainy. That is so super rainy. I did not expect the drive out here to be as rainy as it was.
Even though it was raining all day and all morning?
I lived here my whole life and it never rains like this. Like, this is insane, honestly.
It's I agree, dude. Where are you from?
Our way, like Westlake Village, Calabasas.
Oh, you're from Calabasas. That's cool, man.
You and Leo can carpool home.
I'm from Studio City. I live in Woodland Hills now, so that's cool, man.
Yeah, nice.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
All right, Mopi. So,
I knew I liked
this
you.
is a pretty unique situation.
Why is this unique?
Because you're a content creator bigger than myself or Leo, who seems to be a very dedicated fan of our channel.
I would say I am pretty dedicated, but calling me bigger just because numbers, I don't agree with that.
Oh, he's a sweetheart.
This is all false modesty.
Yeah, no,
It's
he's
not.
definitely
It's
agrees.
not.
You
No,
asshole.
My content. Look, I remember putting like 20 hours into one video and doing it all myself. Now I'm having someone else edit it, and you're still doing that. So I appreciate that a lot, and it should stay that way for a minute, and it'll be good. Good content.
Mopi, we wanted to do a little experiment here today. You're our first real guest we've had in studio. I mean, we had some ASMR girl who sat between us, who I talked a lot of shit to.
You did.
She didn't even eat the apple that well for ASMR.
Really wow, he's watched all our podcasts.
So dedicated, it's scary.
Good man. He's one of my patrons. He's one of your patrons.
He's
too.
one of my patrons, and
support.
I deserve your money. I'm gonna say that, Mopi.
Jesus
too.
I love
Christ.
the camera. Like, you're using it for good. I see the camera setup, and the production's going up. Yeah, it's worth it.
I take out half that Patreon money out of the ATM and piss on it every month.
You don't make videos like he does, though. You should make more videos, like posting more. You're kind of slacking compared to Leo.
Yeah, my Patreon is on fire.
Hey, the thing is, I post 15 minutes of main channel quality content every week, you fucking asshole.
Wow, why would you? Why would you insult our guest?
No, he's right. He's right. I insulted him first by saying your
That's
Patreon
true,
was
yeah,
better.
Every Patreon, I post a video every week on Patreon. I post a video that's 15 minutes of quality, 4 times better than the average big YouTuber, and it's just extras on Patreon.
I can't argue with that.
And
I
also,
don't know what
sorry,
to
I'm
say.
Mopi. The production of my videos, it takes a while. Did you see last week's The Ducktail?
I did.
It takes a while, buddy.
Yeah, no,
but you know what? I'm sure yours do too. We're actually going to pull one of yours up, and we're going to analyze it with you right here live.
Oh, which one are we picking?
You know what one really caught my eye? Because I'm a huge fan of TikTok. Everybody knows that.
Danny's a big fan of the TikTok.
We're gonna watch.
I'm not a fan of this one.
Well,
Why
it
is
was.
that?
We'll get into it. I mean, it's TikTok. TikTok is. Yeah.
TikTok's a great art form. What are you talking about?
There's some bad stuff.
No.
I've had a lot. Look, I'm taking pride in my other videos.
Sure.
A lot better than this one. That's all I'm saying. But
right,
let's take a look. Let's see what I did.
Here's what we're gonna do, Mopi. We're gonna watch this one, and then we're gonna watch one of your last 4 videos that you feel is your best.
All right. Thank you for
Okay.
giving that opportunity. And look, Mopi, to be honest, Danny attacks everyone's weakness. So, of course, he would pick this video. He's not going to try to help you and put a video that you might actually look good in.
You're right.
You got to
You're right.
know, going into it, being Danny's friend, being around Danny at all means that he will attack your... If you have one insecurity, he will absolutely destroy you. So, it's tough, man. It's really an interesting thing. I don't know why anyone
You know what?
wants to be his friend. but-
Mopi's our guest here.
Yeah.
I don't want this to feel like an ambush. Mopi, why don't you tell me which of your last 4 videos you feel is best?
Dude, I'm just gonna say it's not even like my last 4. I just gotta bring it up. I think
Last
I told
4.
Why? Why does it have to be his last 4?
I
Why
did
can't-
100. I know. I'm saying I did 100 belly flops for 100,000 subscribers. That's
was cool.
commitment.
That's
I told
nice.
you about that.
Hey,
I watched that video.
thankfully,
Thank you.
Mopi, my girlfriend and I watched that this morning in
No
anticipation of
way.
having you on. The first belly flop, impressive. But by belly flop 6, 7, 8, you were ducking your head in anticipation and breaking the water.
Fuck you. You're so right, but you're right. I wish I toughed it out and I did 100 solid belly flops. I tucked my head. They were some were bitch flops. Some were bitch flops. But most.
Like, it's still,
The back
in my
flops
opinion...
are bad. The back flops are very painful.
I bet.
Super underrated.
He's a man for doing that video, though. I'll give him that. He's a man.
Thank you. Now let's take a look at some of the other bad stuff.
So, can you, Austin, pull up his homepage on YouTube, and can we just take a look at the last 4 videos? Anybody can point to their masterpiece.
Hey guys, it's Mopi. Thank you guys for 100K.
Turn off that
subscribers.
fucking
And
belly
today we're
flop channel teaser. We don't need that. So here we go. We're going to scroll down. Good old Mopi here.
Oh, I don't even have my contacts and I can't see anything.
You should be able to recall which of your last 4
It's
videos
been
you
a
love the
minute
most.
since I posted. I've been in a bit of a lazy YouTube slump.
Yeah, you've been
honestly.
too busy hanging out on Leo's Patreon.
Lots of pussy coming your way, buddy. Well, he got laid, dude, recently.
Says who?
He told me.
He was probably the same guy Nicholas
He's been
fucked on
helping
that
me.
destroyer.
No, he's been helping me.
I've been helping him get laid.
Yeah, it's better worth money than yours.
Yeah, that's right.
Let's check out your content, buddy. We'll see.
Take a look. Number.
I'm going to block you off my Patreon just so you know. Too.
Why would you do that?
Wait, do I get my money back? Like, do I still pay you? How does that?
Oh, no, your credit card still funnels directly into my bank account.
That's
but you're not
unlucky.
going to be able to access any of the content.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
God damn it.
All right, I'd say number 3 out of the last 4.
All right.
That one right here. Oh, let's check it
Hey
out.
guys, it's Mopi. Today I'm here with everyone in the house. What we got going on today is another guess that. Today we're going to be guessing that shoe. So you guys have to take your best guess at what shoe I'm going to be slowly erasing on the board. Okay.
Oh, white Air Force One.
No.
You weren't even showing it. Oh, it's a Sperry.
It is a Sperry.
Can you press pause, Austin?
Sperry.
So, I can't see the title. What is the title of this video, Austin?
It is Oh shit.
Guess that mystery shoe.
So, you and an assembly of random douchebags are trying to guess which piece of footwear is being partially displayed on a screen? What's going on?
Yes, it's a test of our shoe knowledge to see who can guess it first while it's being erased.
Now, I have a question about the shoe market, like YouTube, community. Is there like a lot of people looking up like shoes on?
I mean, I'm kind of in the basketball scene where
Right.
sneakers are like a big thing. So that kind of goes along with my fan base doing a video like that.
Gotcha.
I do other guess that's where it was like actors behind the screen and I would erase it and it's the first to guess the actor.
So look, it's cool. He's
How can you
doing
even-
something that his fans want to see.
I don't
Danny.
even see anything being erased, and I can't even see what they're guessing.
Yeah, that one was edited a bit funky where it wasn't right. Exactly.
So let me get this straight. The best video you've posted in about 2 or 3 months.
Okay.
In the opening 30 seconds, there's an editing defect that completely makes it impossible for the audience to follow what's happening.
I wouldn't say impossible, and I'm going to be honest, when I picked this one out of the 4, I just guessed, so there probably was a better... I'm going to stop with that. Yes, it was a fuck up.
Okay, so let's hope this is
man.
corrected real quick, because I'm going to be honest, Mopi. I love shoes. I'm a sneakerhead.
He's a
Oh,
slight
man.
sneakerhead. He really is more. He likes skating
I didn't know-
shoes. He's a
okay.
skater.
That's
shoe
a
guy.
total lie. I'm not interested in sneakers at all.
He wears Cons
I was
and
gonna
Vans.
say I
dude.
did not see that at all.
But I'm
Converse and Vans guy. That's it.
I'm attempting to play along with this game, and the fact that I can't is frustrating. Austin, let it play. Let's see if this clears up at all.
That's the pin. Okay. Ah, MCA's.
No.
Hey, it's
guys
your
must have
Paul
good
George
vision.
shoes.
No.
Ah, Kyrie's.
I see some erasing going
Yo,
on now.
KD's.
No.
Hey, Nerf, Katie Nerf's.
Yes.
What?
I'm sorry that you had to put Nerf in there too.
Okay.
That's fair.
Round 3.
Okay, we got some yellow team.
Kyrie SpongeBob. Yo.
No.
All right, Austin, I'm going to have you press
No.
pause for a final time here on this video.
Oh, final
No
time, huh?
time. Why do you say fine?
First of all, the guy in the red, I don't like the red sweatpants guy. He's really not into it. His posture sucks. I think you should have a talking to him. Like, you should definitely tell him that he needs to, show a little enthusiasm for being in this video.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Everyone
Fuck's
can
wrong with
pick up
that kid?
the enthusiasm a little bit.
Absolutely, everybody can. At least the
I mean, we're
African-American
just guessing
gentleman.
shoes though, so it's a little bit
That's true.
excited to get about.
It's true,
Yeah,
but
hard
it's
to
a
get excited
video that's
about
going to be
that.
seen by hundreds of thousands of people.
That's my thought with it too. You know?
It's hundreds of thousands of people, man. The people would die for this opportunity. We almost had one of our guys, like one of the people that went into our crew or tried to audition, Rat Dick Ralph, as you probably know. He almost died because he wanted it so bad.
Leo, what I'm about to say here might be controversial.
Oh God.
Let's hear it.
Mopi, I know you're a hardcore and a fan of our channel, our podcast, to know about the 2 fags on a podcast incident. Nico Villacresis making an appearance
This is terrible.
on a really shitty podcast down in Southern California.
This is not.
Yes.
I think this video is not any more watchable than that podcast.
Oh my God. You are.
You know, it's not for you. That's all I'm gonna say. It's not for you.
I'm
It
not
makes
gonna
other
accept that.
people happy and doesn't make you happy. So get off of my channel, and that's it.
I agree,
That's
Danny.
all I
Look,
gotta
he's
say.
he's okay losing one fan, because you were never a fan in the first place.
No, I was a fan.
You were a fan?
Yes.
At least,
Wait,
you know
what?
what? At least I make money off my videos.
Hey, I do too, baby.
Well,
That's right.
a
Your
little bit-
Patreon credit card account says so, baby.
Oh, you
okay.
are such an asshole.
I was talking about YouTube CPM,
Mm-hmm.
but that's
I want you to admit right now, Mopi, that this video is no good. This one right
I
here.
can't
Not your
say that.
channel. Not your
I
channel.
can't
Just
say
this
that.
video.
I'm gonna say it's okay. I'm not gonna say it's no good. No, it is no good because it was rushed. It wasn't. There was no thought really into it. In the editing, it wasn't even recorded that well. So this one wasn't that good. You're right.
Does anything exciting happen from here until the end of the video?
Yeah,
Does a
there's
burglar
some
come in with an
banter.
MP5?
No, there's some banter.
Well, let me tell you-
but
let me-
that's
let me-
about it.
I want to fast forward to the banter. I want to hear the banter.
All right, but let me tell you what Danny actually
you
thinks
don't
is
need.
exciting.
It's not that exciting for. I don't. it's
Danny
fine.
just wants to know if anybody's cock got pulled out at any point.
That would spice it up.
See, my age group. Let me clarify this. My fans are 12, to 15.
Are any of them
most
single?
part.
Danny, what is wrong with you, dude? That is not okay for you to say. Mopi he's making content on the internet for kids.
I am making, but I do have some fans that are older that come up to me. But yes, most are probably from the age of 12 to 15. So
Male or
it's
female?
I would say male.
cool.
Unfortunate.
So he's you got to think of him as the Blue's Clues guy. He's basically the Blue's Clues guy.
Oh, Steve.
Okay,
Yeah, he's
there's
Steve.
a lot more family-friendly content than me than that. I wouldn't say Blues Clues,
Okay.
because I'd be hitting mouse traps or doing dumb stuff. So I'm not gonna call it Blues Clues, but it's definitely more family-friendly. We'll say
Nice.
that.
Danny's is the end. He's completely not.
And that's why I love
family-friendly
it, because
at all,
I don't really see that kind of content. I don't make that kind of content, but it's
I
very
appreciate
funny.
it, Moby.
Yeah,
I appreciate
Thank
it,
you.
Moby.
Thank you.
I'm going to let you redeem yourself. Show us your best video you have on your channel.
Oh man! All right.
Hey guys, it's Mopi.
I
Thank
would
you guys
do
for
the
100K
most
subscribers,
humiliating
and
basketball
today I'm going to be
video on
paying you by.
1 second. Austin, you got to pause that horrendous thing. Which video?
Jesus.
The most humiliating basketball video on YouTube.
Let's see it. I'll be the judge if it is in fact the most humiliating.
And I would skip to.
That might be one of Rumon's videos, actually. That might actually
damn
hold
it.
that throne. All right, we got a skip 2
Also,
point.
do we have to reset any cameras, or we're good?
Mopi is getting involved in the technical process. He's approaching Archangel Austin. No, it's okay. Just keep your
No,
hands off
totally
him.
fine. Totally fine. You can touch him. You can touch Archangel.
Sure, you can touch him. They're having a little conversation off mic.
Show me
Hey
your cock.
guys, it's Mopi. Thank you guys for 100K subscribers.
The belly flop video
And
where he
today
doesn't
I'm
really
gonna
belly
thank
flop
you
is
by
playing.
Doing 100 belly flops.
Somebody's got to pause this video. Thank you. Sorry. Sorry.
Danny, it's making Danny lose his mind, dude. He's a version of hell like that video on a loop forever. You have to watch it.
And my
What's up, you guys?
oh, here we go. We're skipping to minutes. I'm not sure what. Right into the midway point. Wow.
I hope maybe somebody's cock comes out.
All right.
No one's cock gets pulled out of my video. I'm sorry.
Nobody's cock. Danny, you're not going to like it.
I wish I could do that, but it's not.
So
happening.
Danny's not going to like it. I'm going to say you're
Well,
not.
it might not
so.
be my cup of tea, but I'm going to come in with an open mind here. Let's see.
Okay.
So we're watching Mopi's self-proclaimed best video right now. Can you full screen it, Austin? Is that an option? A little wacky royalty-free song.
That was nice.
You got scored twice in 2 minutes.
When I go on defense, that's when it gets pretty bad.
So they're playing basketball. A very nice house.
45 seconds. Hey, 45 seconds.
Is that your house, Mopi?
That was our old house.
Ooh, that's sick.
Thank
So-
you.
Scored on twice.
Our new house has a basketball court as well. It's pretty fun.
20.
Very nice.
Okay, so far what I've seen here could be witnessed on any elementary school playground around the country.
Well, that's what he's aiming for.
Just people playing basketball.
Well, we have some older people, you know. Like he's like 28, 29
Nice,
there.
nice.
Yeah, so we got like I'm 20, you know.
You're only
So
20?
I'm only 20. Yeah.
Oh,
Moby.
dude, he's a-
So is Archangel Austin.
Yeah. Let's get it.
I can't remember that in this much.
Is that you, Moby, before your hair grow?
Yeah.
You faking an injury here?
I was tired. I was so tired. You have no idea. I got weak lungs. I got asthma.
You're going to be very susceptible to coronavirus.
No, he's
I know.
not.
I'm worried.
Oh, You're fine.
No, it's if I'm already got phlegm in my stomach and it's bad and
Bro,
you
Mopi's
know,
got the pump fakes down.
we'll see. We'll see.
I think you'll be fine.
So far, Mopi, I fail to see the hook of this video. I've seen some very sloppy basketball playing and you lying on the ground like
so
a
the
bitch.
hook is me getting absolutely shit on by these guys, and it's about to start right now. I want it to be done right there and stop recording, but they made me do another round.
So it's about to get good is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here we go. 5 seconds. 5 seconds.
Leo, how are you feeling about this video so far?
I think it's content, and I think it got views, so I don't want to say it's bad. I think he's a good kid, and he's attempting to make content for his age group, his age demographic that is most popular on his channel.
A bunch of superior athletes are burning Mopi to the rim.
Well, he takes L's so other people don't have to. That's his idea.
If it makes if it makes someone else laugh, you know that's worth it to me. So
right.
me getting humiliated in this video, if it made someone laugh,
Dude, that's actually pretty funny, dude. Look at this. He's just getting demolished.
All right.
and I'm dead tired. I'm not exaggerating. Like I can't move. I can't play defense.
Austin, can you press pause?
It's almost like those gang rapes you watch on Pornhub, buddy.
I love this. Mopi, you're tired. You're getting some points scored on you in a basketball court. My last couple of videos, I'm just going to tell you right now. I spent the night in 28-degree weather while it was snowing. I splashed around in a duck pond illegally, held a sign that says racism is for faggots at USC's campus. I got grabbed by a lesbian feminist at UCLA. The list just goes on and on of the hardcore stuff I do.
It's true.
Mopi, you had a chance to wow me with your best video, and you show me a little pickup game on a purple basketball court? I want you to admit now that this video is no good either.
When you put it like that, it really isn't that good. It really is just us playing some basketball. I'm taking a lot of pride in it still, but comparing it to how much time no. I took like 20 hours to edit that video.
A monkey could have edited this video.
Okay, I take
not
forever.
true.
I take forever.
Me too.
Yeah, so you know how it goes. I took my time for it, you know, in the recording. I got tired. I was still out there. I was doing it. But in regards, like, in when it comes to, like, planning and what you got going on and you getting harassed and going through the shit you do, I'm not there.
Moby, do you have your
not.
phone in your pocket?
I do.
I want you to make an Instagram story right now.
Oh, God. Stop. Why are you doing this to the man? He's here. He's being really nice. He's admitting that these videos aren't good right
What's
to
the
your
Instagram
face.
story? What are you saying?
I want you to put up a story right now that says, I am unworthy to the Lord above, Papa Danny Mullen. And all of you, my loyal fans, should subscribe to him and follow him on Instagram.
Do you take offense to me saying I would feel weird about not showing my fans your content, but they're literally just too young for it? Like they shouldn't even they're like they're like literally 12.
Buddy, he doesn't want one of the 12-year-old girls.
They're ready to be
you.
exposed to the darkness of the world.
They are, but at the same time, am I going to be the one that introduces them to it?
Okay, we'll cut off all the part about saying subscribe to me. Just tell them that you're unworthy of the Lord above, Papa Danny Mullen.
Well,
that's it. You don't even have to tag me.
They're going to Google you.
No, they won't.
Yeah,
They'll
they
find
are.
the soccer player, Danny Mullen, if they do.
That's true.
Oh,
They will.
really? There's
yeah,
a
they
soccer
will.
player?
He's a nice, fresh-faced Scot.
Yeah, he's a very famous soccer player. So they probably won't find him.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Let's try it out. Let's try it out, Mopi.
If you get my phone, which is over there.
Archangel Austin, are you mobile right now, or would you like me to grab that? You know, I'll do it. I'll do it.
Yeah, Danny, do it, man. Show a little humility, you fucking asshole.
You guys keep some banter going while I look for this.
Anyway, Mopi,
I think it is there. Yeah, there it is.
Archangel Austin could have edited that video in 20 minutes.
There it is.
you could edit my videos, bud. All right. So,
What bullshit am I saying again? What is
whoa. Careful what you call bullshit.
hey, listen, he can refer to it as bullshit.
I can refer to this as bullshit because this doesn't even make sense, but I don't care.
He has to call you Papa Danny Mullen.
Neither of that made sense either on your channel, and I do care.
He's taking L's for other people so that other people don't have to. That makes sense.
I think it makes sense. I think it makes sense. More sense than what you're having me say does.
Well, you know what? I take W's and I take them to save souls.
This is bullying, and I'm anti-bullying.
It's not anti-bullying. It's a show of respect to a great man.
Listen, Mopi, you don't have to do anything you don't want to. I'm gonna tell you right now. But
can I just say it my own?
No.
Like,
No?
I don't even remember what you said.
Okay,
though.
I'll feed it to you. If you want.
wait. Why don't we let him do his own style? If you can critique it after.
Well, based on his YouTube videos, it's going to be a steaming pile of shit.
Oh God! Why don't
Like
let him attempt to do it, Danny? Let him attempt to do it.
Respect, Mopi.
Okay, attempt to go for it. I want to see how you do your own style.
Okay. I'm sitting here on the Danny and Leo podcast, and I just have to say that Danny makes superior content to me, and I should quit YouTube, and you guys need to check him out because that is a god amongst men in the YouTube scene.
Wow, that was
Beautiful.
way better than what you fucking came up for.
Great job, Mopi, but you need to post it, and Leo or myself needs to confirm it on a third iPhone.
I'll confirm it.
Third-party iPhone, so we can make sure this actually went live. Mopi, good job, though.
Mopi, that was beautiful, man. I almost brought tears to my eyes, to be honest.
Check it.
I might cry again. Okay, I'm double checking it. I refresh my page.
And if this gets deleted anytime before this airs, we're going to slander you a lot in the description.
It's not up yet. It's uploading.
I have nothing. I'm not worried about that.
Well, slandering is when I make stuff up. So
Dude, you're a good kid,
I'm
man.
not saying anything
You're
wrong.
religious or anything? Your parents?
No. My mom's Jewish, so technically I'm Jewish, but I don't go to temple or do any
There
of
it is,
that.
dude. Look at
I
this.
didn't even have a bar mitzvah.
Really?
Danny and Leo podcast, and
The replay?
I just have to say that Danny makes superior content to me, and I should quit YouTube. And you guys need to check him out because that is a god amongst men in the YouTube scene.
Listen, buddy, you should not quit YouTube. And look, there's shows out there like that people that talk shit about, but there's people that want to see it. And that's the point of everything we're doing. Like, some people want to make things that people watch, even though it's not what they feel is their true best content, Danny. And you have to understand that we're all just trying to survive, Danny. We're all just trying to make a buck, trying to get, a happy ending at that local massage parlor. We're just trying to survive, Danny.
It's true.
And you're shitting on this man so hard for making a video that got millions of views. How many views did that get?
It was like 2.5, I think.
That's good. That's really good.
You know what, Leo?
What?
You raised some good points, and Mopi, you showed a lot of character by making that story right there.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
We're gonna let you hang out for the rest of the show. Shoot the shit with us.
Mopi, you're a good man, dude.
Can I move over there?
No, you gotta stay on that couch. Quarantine time. The coronavirus.
Oh, that's right.
That's true.
Good call.
Especially with you. You talking about
Danny.
phlegm in your belly?
Well, you had phlegm this morning, you fuck.
Yeah, but I have the immune system of an angel.
Well, we don't know that.
We
I
definitely
have
do.
the immune system of Samson. Probably because I am Samson. But if I cut my hair, then my immune system goes down.
Is that scientific?
Yes.
Did a doctor tell you that?
No. A religious person told me that.
That'll work too. I'm gonna urinate, and then we're gonna move on to the next chapter of the show.
Sounds good.
So Mopi, while Leo and I were in the shower, was telling us about his living situation. It's a $20,000 a month mansion.
Wow.
Of which he pays a cut of $2,500.
Very nice.
What goes on over there? Who are these dudes? Why haven't I heard of them? And how are they able to afford such a rent? He said one of them with the master bedroom pays $5,000 a month in rent.
That's LA for you, man. You should never know how people make money.
Okay, so it's a part of the basketball scene. That's what I do and my roommates. We do a lot of basketball stuff. I'm saying we're the best basketball group out there.
Oh, I'll take issue with that.
I'm saying that, and
I'm a better basketball player than any of you guys. It just I don't
look,
put up any basketball content.
We got Chris 6'10". Like I don't know. I don't think you got anything on him. And maybe even Jesse too. Like there's I don't know. We're pretty good.
Tell you what,
I'm not good. I'm not good. You can wrestle, but I don't know about basketball.
You know what Danny would do to the guy that's 6'10"? He would incessantly ask him what the size of his penis was until he saw it and probably touched it too. That's what he would be fixated on. Yes, you would totally want to see his penis.
Outside the arc, I'd go between the legs a couple times and then pull up from way out deep and drain a 3 in his face. That's what
I can't picture you shooting a 3 for my life, like
you don't need a picture. It'll be so fast you won't even be able to see it.
He's an athlete in a way, Danny. He's really slow. He can't run really well at all. But other than that, I mean, he's loose. You know what I mean? He's kind of like a yogi, so he can kind of like slip in there with all the sports. Like he did surprise me with baseball. He has really good hand-eye. I'll tell you that much.
I'm a natural athlete. That's all you got to know, Mopi.
He is a natural athlete. He's slow.
What I want to know is with all these, and Leo, I'm sure you're curious too, with all these PG content creators living in this mansion.
Yeah, I am curious.
What's the sex scene like? Who are the girls coming over?
Yeah. Well, I'm the only single one in the house. I actually ninth wheel when we go out to dinner.
Ninth wheel.
Ninth wheel. Yeah. So there's four couples that are in the house. Wow. And
but they
actually 5.
We all know cheat on their girlfriends. As all young influencers do.
Everyone is very loyal in that house. Nice. No one's a partier. We don't throw party. We have a big house, right? But we don't throw any parties. We kind of just keep to ourselves, honestly.
It's okay, Mopi. Don't think about the cameras, the microphone.
No, I'm not even bullshitting. I would
just think about, you're hanging out in a room.
We have not thrown a party. I'm not bullshitting at all. We have not thrown a party or anything.
Mopi.
He doesn't underage drink, Danny. Leave him alone.
I'm not talking about drinking.
I've drinking. I've smoked before, but it's not like nothing's crazy over there at all. It's pretty casual.
Just relax. You're in a room hanging with your buddy Archangel Austin, Princess Gumdrop Leo, a nickname we assigned to him this weekend.
That's actually not a nickname that you assigned to me. I'm a champion.
And Papa Mullen. We're your buddies. Tell us about your last sexual encounter.
My last
was it the one I assisted you? The one where you watching my Patreon videos and then it led to.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I mean.
You said she was a very beautiful girl.
What was her name?
No.
First name.
Trinity.
Ooh.
Stripper.
Well, we don't know that for sure, Danny. Why? Just because her name's Trinity?
I think he paid for this, and I think he's being.
I didn't know. She flew out from Texas.
A lot of strippers in Texas.
Well, no, she was.
Did you fly her out?
No, she was up at UCSB hanging out with her friend, and she was going back to Texas in a couple days, and she wanted to hang out and hang out before. Before she flew back.
Her name is Trinity?
Yeah. She was very small. She was like 4'11". I've never been with a girl that short before.
Tell me about the tattoo situation.
Her tattoos?
Yes.
She had a dragon on her ass.
Stripper.
She's not a stripper. She goes to the strip. She works at Chipotle. She just works at Chipotle.
That's her cover.
She seems like a nice girl.
You don't know anything about her, Leo.
She seems like a nice girl. Name's Trinity. She has a dragon tattoo on her ass. Those are great qualities.
Oh, actually, funny. I accidentally called her the wrong name during sex.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Would you call her Duo?
Trixie.
You called her Trixie.
I called her Trixie. How bad is that?
Your stripper instincts took over.
All right, so
Trixie.
Would you? How many girls have you slept with? Would you say?
10.
Nice. He's in the double digits.
Cameraman Nico and you can bond.
Oh yeah.
He's only 20 years old.
I want to hear more about Trinity. So you're at a kegger, UC Santa Barbara on Del Playa.
No, he's not there.
Oh wait, sorry, I said Santa Barbara. She was at Pepperdine. My mistake.
Oh, okay.
She was staying out with her friend at Pepperdine, so it wasn't that far of a drive. It was only like 25 minutes.
It's the same situation, same setup. You're at a kegger. You see a girl with false eyelashes, purple extensions, and really high heels across the party.
Oh, so you were at the party? No, she slid into your DMs.
Tinder.
Oh shit, you're on Tinder?
I mean, I was.
Now you're in a relationship with Trinity.
No.
Why are you not on Tinder anymore?
You can answer with more than yes or no
because
questions.
I am talking with another girl.
You're talking. It's is she being faithful to you? She's sleeping with other people? Do you know?
Wait, no, yeah. She's being faithful. She's being faithful.
How do you know?
I'm so confused. Are we talking about Trinity or a new girl now?
So there's Trinity and the other girl's name.
I want to talk about Trinity.
That I'm not gonna say.
Let's talk about Trinity then. This is more entertaining to me.
I'm calling her Pepper.
Pepper. We got Trinity and Pepper.
Trinity and Pepper.
Forget Pepper. Everybody knows salt's better than pepper anyway. I'm making some shitty jokes right
It
now.
was probably a Pepper Potts thing, right? Like Iron Man.
I was thinking of her when that name came in my head. I don't know why. Very
Okay,
random.
Let's
but
go back
yeah.
to Trinity. So you meet stripper Trinity on Tinder.
Yes. And she tells me she wants to hang out before she leaves for Texas, where she is now.
Is she a fan of your channel?
No.
Okay.
That would be weird.
Is she a 12-year-old boy, Leo?
Well, Danny, there might be a woman that's of age that wants to watch basketball videos. Maybe she played basketball in college, Danny. God.
Continue.
Yeah, no, she just wanted to hang out before she went out to Texas, and I told her, yeah, we could have a good time before you leave, and she did, and it was cool, and yeah.
So you had sex with her?
Yes.
Did you add her on Instagram?
No. That's kind of, no.
We don't need to pull up her Instagram.
Well,
So tell me about the date when you seduced her and where you made love to her.
It was actually in the jacuzzi. We were hanging out for a little bit, then we went into the
At the mansion?
Yes.
Oh.
And
Killer move.
Thank you. And we were just hanging out in the
Well,
jacuzzi.
it wasn't really your idea. It was your gift for having a fucking mansion. It just, you can always take a girl to the jacuzzi.
Maybe it's his gift for being, a great YouTuber.
That's true.
Yeah.
We worked hard in the past couple of years to get to the house and the house before.
I'll give you that.
Anyways, yeah, we were just in the koozie and just got a kiss, and then when we got back to the bedroom, things were kind of game over from there. Like.
Are you a foreplay man, or do you just stick it right in?
Stick it right in.
Nice.
Not
With a
about
condom or
well.
without a condom?
I've been not the best recently. Yeah.
That's okay, man.
No,
That's
I
okay.
went up to another story. I went up to UCSB and hung out with a friend, and I hung out with another Tinder girl.
Was her name Mia?
No.
Or was her name Christina?
I actually don't remember.
God damn.
So it could have been either.
Could have been
Either one of our girlfriends.
Could have been either one of our girlfriends.
Yeah, so we were doing it, and the condom broke.
Without a condom, no foreplay.
No, the
condom broke?
The condom broke, and I full on busted inside of her.
Oh,
and
God.
yeah, I had to buy her Plan B, so that
Buddy,
was rough.
if either one of us get our girlfriends pregnant, it could be Mopi's kid.
I'm going to get him DNA tested first
Yeah.
thing.
You
So,
get-
Mopi, you're not one for foreplay. You're not one for condoms. Do women just give scathing reviews to your lovemaking? It doesn't sound good.
I'm not trying to sound cocky, but no, it has been. I've been told it's pretty great. I can go for rounds. I'll say that, many rounds.
But you don't lick pussy. You don't talk dirty in their ear or do anything like that?
Oh no, I do that.
Let's hear a little bit of your dirty talk.
No, I'm not doing that.
Yeah,
no.
I'll tell you my dirty talk.
Yeah, go ahead, Danny.
Let's role play, Mopi. We're gonna. That's a thing we do on this podcast a lot. You know.
No, I'm if I slip up, then you got to pick it up somehow. But all right, let's do it.
We're role playing, me and you.
Okay.
I got to get into the frame of
Wait, yeah.
a
What the
chick
fuck?
here.
What's going on?
I'm a girl.
He doesn't know what's going on.
I'm a
Danny.
girl. I'm face down on the bed. You've just entered me from behind.
Oh God, what? He doesn't.
Wow.
Yeah. You just entered him from behind. What do you do?
You're sweating. You just got out of the hot tub. A bead of sweat drops down from your brow onto the back of my ear. You lean into my ear and you comment on it. Oh, Mopi, you just sweated on me. And then you say,
I can sweat a lot more for you, baby.
say it in the actual tone you would talk dirty in.
He's like Batman. He switches his voice.
Come on, Mopi. Be your best actor.
All right. I can sweat a lot more for you, baby.
Oh, can you?
Ooh, he's very debonair about it.
Yeah.
I like it.
We can do a lot more than just this. And I'll sweat
Ooh.
all over you.
Well, right now, this is fine. I love when you enter my pussy from behind.
That's not all I'm gonna do. That's not the only place I'm gonna enter, baby.
Oh shit.
Are you going to put it in my ass?
If you want it, actually, yeah, let's just do it.
Do you like it in the ass?
I don't like pegging. No, I'm just nah, baby. I'm not about pegging.
No,
Nah.
you fucking fag. I'm talking about you putting it in my ass.
Oh, I'm all about that. Yeah, let's do it, baby.
What are you going to do once you get it in there?
Fucking bust all in there.
Just right away, you're going to immediately...
I can't last more than a minute, baby. We're about to finish right now. I'm done. Oh fuck yeah, we're done. That's it.
Yeah, damn it.
That was the shittiest lay I've ever had. And I got tossed around by the bench squad of the Los Angeles Clippers.
All right, I'm calling the Uber, baby. See you later.
All right.
I like that move.
There you have it. That's how Mopi makes love.
That was tough. That was super tough.
I, for one, have heard worse pillow talk.
See,
so
Leo, this is something I learned from many generations of better pickup artists than myself, and it's so true, that in order to avoid being Me Too'd, having shit talked about you online, especially important for an influencer of the stature of Mopi, you got to make good love to him, and you got to treat him good. Otherwise, the negativity rises up to the top like foam.
Well, the problem for me with making good love is that in order for me to really be passionate in the bedroom, I actually have to really be attracted to her and even know her somewhat well. Otherwise, it's just kind of like a carnal thing that you're both trying to get over, and you know this, Danny.
That's why you got Me Too'd. But let's give the guy advice to not have that happen.
That is not why I got Me Too'd. But Mopi, on the other hand, this is a Tinder hookup.
Wait. You got Me Too'd by a girl who you would make blow you in the parking lot of Universal Studios.
What constitutes a Me Too? Because she never. The Me Too is when like
wait. What's a Me Too? What's Me Too?
A Me Too is like where you the Me Too movement, where like a girl goes, "Hey, I've been raped too." Me Too. It's like a thing. So no girl ever said I raped.
I'm amazed we had to explain that right there. You know what the Me Too movement is?
You don't know what the Me Too movement is?
Have I been living under a rock?
Apparently.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
That's good. I like that he has no idea what the Me Too movement
ignorance is bliss. And
ignorance
bliss leads
is
to rape. So be careful, Sonny.
No, but yeah, like a girl said I made her uncomfortable and she had blown me at work. Yes, she was lying. Yes, of course, and I had proof of it that she was lying.
I'm just saying, Mopi, the stick it in a girl's ass, come instantly, then call her an Uber. That leads to resentment. Resentment leads to a tweet,
exposure,
a lot of retweets.
Right.
At least the bad stuff.
Exposure. I like it. Yeah. I like it. Exposure. Listen, look, the great Wilt Chamberlain, who apparently had sex with 10,000 women, he used to carry around a diamond bracelet that he would give to women. And look, I've made a lot of mistakes in this department too. I've sent many a girl home. I've had girls who I called my blowjob girl, and they would just come over and blow me for 15 minutes, and then I'd say peace. And those girls later on, when you get a little famous, they hate you. So we are trying, as your brother types here, as your big brothers, we want to help you, Mopi, by saying that in your future endeavors, after you come in a girl's asshole, you say, hey, why don't we go and have a nice meal, maybe Chipotle, depending on how her asshole was. If it was, if it was dirty, then maybe something like Urban Plates, a little bit organic quinoa or something.
So you just want everyone to be happier when splitting apart, right? No bad feelings.
No bad feelings. Just tell her it was amazing, no matter how bad it was. Tell her that the blowjob. I've told 500 women that they've been the best woman to ever give me a blowjob.
Leo tells me that is his move. It backfired with one girl at Universal Studios, but other than that, it's flawless.
No, I never told that girl she was the best. That's why I fucked up.
But Leo's been blown by so many mouths that the damage control, it's impossible.
It's impossible. At this point, I should probably delete all my social media.
Mopi, the women that I've made love to since I've had a YouTube channel, I made them feel like little princesses in their own right. I always oh, yeah, I miss you. Would like to see you soon. I always kind of played it like that. Never just severed contact or anything. I don't talk to them anymore, but they still like my pictures when I post them. And you can tell if a fuck Danny Mullen, he's a sexist pig hashtag train comes up on Twitter, they're not going to click the retweet button or even worse, the reply button and weigh in with some bullshit story.
Right? I'm going to say I'm genuinely very nice and respectful to girls. So I'm going to say with my past experiences, I actually don't have any girls that would.
You're a scumbag and I can tell from a mile away.
He's had sex with 10 women, Danny, and he's made
I will say
no
hard feelings whatsoever.
That's great. I like that. He's a good kid.
Just got to keep doing good moving forward, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. If I could talk to my 20-year-old self, I'd say, hey, listen, put that cock away and relax.
Mopi, if you have any experience mountaineering, you can weigh in on this next story, but we're going to get into our weekend.
Yeah.
I don't have any experience, but I'll see.
All right, then keep your mouth shut.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Listen in.
You can weigh in if you want. You're our guest here today, Mopi.
Thank you.
We went up to some godforsaken mountain
Wrightwood, California.
Between Los Angeles and Vegas.
Yeah.
Wrightwood, yeah, that is the city name. Yeah. With a mountain man named Chad who messaged me on Instagram. One of the few messages I actually saw because he's verified, I believe.
He is verified, and it's because he's been on TV.
He's been on Naked and Afraid,
right.
Some National Geographic BS.
Well, his counterpart Reza, who also came up with us, was on National Geographic. Listen to the qualifications. So Chad has been on Naked and Afraid twice for 21. Well, first time he actually threw out his shoulder 5 days in, but the second time he was there for 21 straight days, surviving with some chick. naked.
He's a survival expert,
Yeah.
the guy who hit me up. And
Yeah.
he hit me up to do a survival mission for 24 hours in a remote location.
And his counterpart, Reza, survived 300 days in Africa. Oh, well, actually, not 300 days. He went 30 days. He traveled 300 miles with 1 day of food and water. So these guys were pretty badass.
They took myself, Inland Iggy, Pussy Coordinator Brooks, Leo, cameraman Nico, and, wouldn't you have it, Archangel Austin over there behind the controller board. We all went up into a snowy mountain. There was snow all around our camp. It snowed throughout the night, which we had to last out in our 24-hour stay. And we were forced to light a campfire and, with no shelter, sleep on the ground a mere inches from the blaze to stay warm.
Yep.
Snowing. We slept without shelter in the fucking snow.
Yeah, coronavirus, blazing away in Los Angeles, and it didn't matter to us. That's what we decided to do.
Though my immune system has been weakened indefinitely. I do not feel good now from the stay. We slept about 3 hours.
I slept an hour. You actually got a nice spot at the campfire when I tried to cuddle with you, and you actually shooed me away.
Well,
You remember
Leo
that?
was busy. I remember that. See, this is how it's set up. The survival experts, they erected, with just a couple sheets of plastic and some twine, a really nice shelter.
Well, I would not call it really nice. It
Oh,
was
it was really
on
nice.
top. It was on a rocky, really uneven surface. It was fucking freezing.
No, the temperature in there was about 80 degrees Fahrenheit.
No, it wasn't. It was fucking freezing. It was so freezing that, in fact, I could not sleep because my feet were so cold that I had to get up intermittently and go to the fire and just lay there.
Were you in pain?
Oh, yeah.
Like feeling numb and like
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It
Don't
was,
even know what that's like.
It was terrible, man. It was honestly really, really bad, and I questioned why the fuck I was doing it. Actually, I never really questioned why I was doing it because Danny gave me the motivation I needed by calling me a pussy and saying that I was going to be the first guy to tap out.
I called you the gumdrop princess because you, the survival guys, cameraman Nico and Brooks, went over to Candy Cane Alley, as I called it, the 80-degree shelter,
Right.
while myself and Archangel Austin
We're hanging out next to the 90-degree fucking fire.
No, it was
right?
20 degrees out
if
there.
If it was
away from the
80
shelter.
degrees in that fucking terrible shelter, it was 120 by the fire where you were.
I had a single pair of jeans on, I'll have you know.
He did.
Archangel,
that's vastly underprepared.
He did throw up on the fire as well at some point, probably because of that.
It's going to be the video on Thursday.
Yeah.
The camera is not going to lie. You're going to see Leo hanging out in Candy Cane Alley, nice and warm. They had a cocoa maker
You're
in
gonna
there.
see me making a goddamn wall with massive tree trunks that I was the only one able to move.
Austin and I were out there, not a drop of water, not a calorie of food in our bellies, in the elements, toughing it out. Him, myself, and Inland Iggy showed true grit. And everybody else failed to display any.
That is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
You're going to deny that we showed true grit? Inland Iggy ate semen.
Well, that is true. He did do that,
He
and
did.
I have to give him no. He showed
Why?
grit.
I'll tell you why,
No,
Mopi.
it's fucked up, man.
Inland Iggy, he's seen the popularity of Fan Jerry since Making Out with the Man.
Right.
He's seen the fall of Rat Dick Ralph.
Right.
Inland Iggy, I think at this point, he realizes he's fortunate to have lasted as long as he has in the Danny Mullen crew, despite his own mistakes. The puss outs, the punching me in the face. So, you know what? This weekend, the guy stepped it up.
He decided that he needed to do something to be remembered, and that something was, eating semen.
Brooks, pussy coordinator Brooks, I'm telling you, Mopi.
We'll tell you the story.
Don't get ahead of
You're
yourself
right.
over there.
I'll sit back and watch.
That's a really nice, clean, expensive couch you're sitting on. Just relax.
There's only a little bit of semen on that thing. Don't
It's
worry.
definitely not third
Someone's
hand
had sex
from
here.
somebody's dead grandmother's attic either.
Someone has had.
Yeah,
me and your sister.
Danny had sex with the warthog from episode 1 on that couch, I
did.
believe, right?
Yeah.
Dang.
Brooks, pussy coordinator Brooks, I had some Aveeno there. It was reserved for something that we called the puss out tent. My idea was we'd have a puss out tent set about 20 yards away from our camp that would be stocked full of supplies. Twizzlers, Funyuns, all the water you could drink, plus a porno mag and a bottle of hand lotion. So if you couldn't tough out the cold or the lack of food, you could go crank one off and eat snacks until the sun rose. But you would have to metaphorically ring the bell of failure. I smelled bit at some point around hour 5, and I let Brooks pump out a handful of Aveeno and go jack off on his stump. You like that, Mopi?
Okay, go on.
His his content's not for everybody, but that did happen. It was strange to just see a man masturbating next to the campsite, next to these survivalists.
I mean, it's the wilderness, you know. Stuff has to carry on.
Exactly. So he masturbated on this strange doll, and
there was a mannequin head, which I guess belonged to Churdley's at some point. Churdley's older sister, I believe, is a hairstylist, and it was one of the mannequins she used to cut hair on. That has fallen into Pussy Coordinator Brooks's hands. And he showed a lot of respect to the heirloom by coming all over its eyelids.
Yeah, and nose area and stuff. It was pretty disgusting. I mean, I didn't see him come or anything, but I saw the cum afterward. You know, it was pretty disgusting to see, to be honest. And then, of course,
he brought it back to base camp, presented it to all of us, and it might have been Inlanig's idea. In fact, he was so desperate to get back into our good graces, he took a finger, swiped it in the semen, and then put that finger right in his mouth, Mopi.
He did. I don't know if Inlanigi knows that there could be a sexually transmitted disease in that semen.
Is that true?
Yeah, 100%.
Wow.
You could get like gonorrhea of the throat.
That's not true.
Yes,
Mopi, you should try it out in your next video.
No, absolutely not.
I'm gonna pass on that one, but Inlanigi definitely earned some respect for that one.
He's
dude.
back.
That's a tough one.
Iggy's back, guys. Iggy's fucking back.
He did well. He went and fetched us booze at one point.
Yeah,
too.
no, Iggy was a goddamn legend in this video, man. I'm gonna say it.
I don't know about a legend.
Well, you're such an asshole. You poked fun of him.
You know what?
After the fact, after he did that for your channel, you had the gall to still shit on the man.
Did I? What was I saying to him?
You were fucking still talking. You called him I believe you called him a fag for licking the semen.
There isn't a person on that mountain who you didn't call a fag.
Oh my God! Look who's
Producer Ben is in the house. Everybody's coming in. What's up, buddy?
Did you say Danny was being an asshole?
Yeah, he was
He's
being an
being
asshole.
very mean.
What a surprise, huh?
Super mean.
He didn't put himself in someone else's shoes, which I know that we weren't when we were talking crap last week. So I want to formally apologize.
That's good, bro.
For my
Ben, that is Mopi. He's a large content creator whose content we spent the last 30 minutes tearing to shreds.
Yeah.
Sounds tight.
It was fun.
And Ben, we also apologize to you in a way on air for maybe being a little insensitive to you last week.
Yeah, I apologize on the air as well. I'm sorry.
We'll have a good hug session later.
Sounds good.
On the camping trip, though, one thing that we brought up, because I'll be honest, there wasn't much to do the whole shoot, 24 hours around a campfire. It turned into one big podcast, essentially.
It was like a big podcast with a bunch of people, and it was fun. I got to know the survivalist guys. I asked them a lot of questions about survival. They said that it's pretty it's a mental game, but also like people get sick, man, and when you get sick, there's nothing you can do. You got to call it a day. You got to think about your safety, but it's about knowing when you have to do that and when you don't.
And you also got to think about in survival situations what kind of language you use. Because Archangel Austin...
Oh, God. He's from Houston, and he used... I don't know how to call it, the soft N-word.
Archangel Austin called one of our guides, a white man with a beard, a nigga.
Yeah, I
did. It slipped. I feel like it slipped. I want to say that I felt like it slipped.
I had like three slips.
Hey, you're right.
You're really loud.
You're really loud.
My bad.
Let's get this audio out of control.
Let me fix that.
Under control, I mean.
This thing a little bit. Is this good?
No, it's me. I'm not gonna explain it. 'Cause it's gonna waste time. But yeah, that was my fault.
All right, no, all good. But yeah, Archangel Austin, he said it. I felt like it was like a reflex, like something he says to his black friends in Houston, because I've heard that in H-Town, things like that are okay for a white guy to say.
No.
Accurate.
No more good cop, bad cop here, Leo. I know that's been the mode of the whole show, because you had some things to say to him when we were at the campfire, too.
Of course. It's not something you should ever do, because, look, like we said, the scenario that we put in forth was, like, let's say we're with some high-end celebrities. Let's say, one day Danny Mills' channel gets so big that he gets invited to the White House. You say that in front of Donald Trump.
He
and
makes you
fucking
Secretary
Pence,
of State.
Dude. You say that in front of Condoleezza Rice, dude.
I doubt either of them would care.
Let's talk about...
Condoleezza Rice is black. She
I don't know
care.
who that is.
And Donald Trump would care. Trust me.
Let's kill the shtick. This is what happened. Austin, in a very conversational tone to one of the survival guides, was just like, yeah, and we were hanging out. And then these niggas over here were looking at each other like, what the fuck, dude? And everybody around the campfires had to pause for a second and be like, Austin, did you just call the two white survival guides these niggas here? Where did this come from?
That's not what I said.
I'm paraphrasing because I don't remember exactly
it-
what you said. How did you use it? I'll let you defend yourself.
Because I used it as like a
term
a
of
token
endearment.
a proof of our friendship, that they are no longer just these random people that I've never met before.
They're
closer than friends. They were homies.
Right, it's almost like Denzel Washington in that one movie where he's like, he takes the weed out of his mouth. He looks at the white guy. You were being Denzel Washington.
I'm a black person.
I get it, dude. He was being Denzel Washington.
No. And then he did it again. He referred to somebody else as one of these niggas.
He did it by accident again, yes.
I was talking about the Alamo.
And then for some
there
reason,
were no niggas at the Alamo. I'm sorry to let you know.
It was not his brightest moment, but he also was legendary on the shoot. He also has some of your bodily fluid. Well, he has a man's bodily fluids in his system as well. So we have to give him some credit for being a complete legend too.
He's got to call Leo out for saying I would quit.
Yeah, I did say he would quit, but everybody else said you would quit too, so you can't say that.
True. But you were the first one to say it and hurt my
and you
feelings.
did ask. Oh, I hurt your feelings?
Right.
No,
I'm sorry,
kidding.
buddy.
He did show up in...
You're a man of God.
I would have voted on myself.
All right. Let's get back to the subject at hand.
You were just wearing jeans with nothing under. I felt like that was ridiculous.
But Austin, to be serious here, you got to cut this out of your vocabulary.
Never again.
There's a difference between using inappropriate words in comedy bits in a self-aware way and just letting nigga slip into your everyday conversations.
Well, I mean, it was unintentional.
It was unintentional. Look, I'm going to say this. I felt delirious after like hour 7 out there. My brain was not functioning at a high level at all. And it's not okay that he did that, but it's also, I want to give him the benefit of the doubt and say that he's not a racist, man.
No, I know he's not a racist, dude.
Right.
I'm just saying, the guys in our squad, if there's one thing I hate, you know it's shitty forms of speech.
Of course.
I call you out on saying low-key all the time.
Yeah, you low-key. God damn it, I was going to say that. You
Brooks,
low-key tell me
and
that all
Brooks
the time.
and I... Brooks is a very well-connected man, too. Pussy coordinator Brooks. Yeah. And he's sort of like Jeffrey Epstein in that he reaches powerful people through his command of pussy. Yeah. But him and I both told Austin, it's like, dude, someday if you're hanging out at a party, some influential people are there, be they artists, YouTubers, rappers, whatever, they're going to look at you like you're a fucking dope if you're a white guy, and you are a white guy with a capital W, if you're saying niggas in casual conversation.
Well, you won't catch me walking around Berkeley campus dropping it. Like, I'm aware of what I said. Granted, it was the next day. We had no food, no water.
That's what I'm saying. He was delirious by that point.
Austin keeps misunderstanding and thinking that I'm attacking him from some politically correct standpoint here. Dude, I say faggot. I say nigga with the ER at it in my YouTube videos. I'm obviously not arguing with the morality. I'm arguing with the people thinking you're smart or not smart. That's the approach I'm trying to take right here.
Well, my GPA was like a 2.4.
So he's not a smart man, Danny. Now, look, with our crew, it's not about your GPA on our crew.
I didn't try at school.
Yeah, but it's about learning. And, we all we're always students. We're never masters. And we want to just, remind you that this should never come out of your vocabulary again. And I'm pretty sure, Danny, he's not going to say it again. All right?
I don't want a guy working my cameras from behind the board over there talking like Lil Wayne.
Oh, God. Lil Wayne probably doesn't even say it. Listen, what does he have to do to make it up to you? How about a nice...
It's not so easy. I mean, you could post an Instagram story like Mopi did.
Oh, God.
You could say, from this point on, I'm going to talk like a member of my own race. My own race being white. You're 75% German, right?
Yeah.
That's white. Even if the rest of you is pure black, that's white.
Schweinsteiger.
You have a booger hanging out of your right nostril, Leo.
Do I really?
Yeah.
Has it been there the whole time?
Yeah, it's gone now. I was pretty boogered up after this camping trip.
I was too, dude.
It's okay, man. We'll cut out the close-up angle of you on the cameras.
Has it been there the whole time?
There hasn't been a close-up.
Good.
I think just a promise that the word won't be used in the vocabulary again is good enough, right?
Look, that's all any of us can do. We're going to try to be our best selves every day. We make mistakes. We're all human, Danny. Have you forgotten that?
I have not forgotten that.
Have you ever made a mistake, Danny?
Seldom.
Seldom made a mistake. Now, let's hear your biggest mistake. What's your biggest fucking mistake ever? I want to hear what this mistake was.
The biggest mistake
you've ever made.
That is such a huge question to put me on the spot with.
No, it isn't. I know you know it.
We can talk about something else while you think, because we want to hear it now.
Narrow it down. Let's narrow it down.
Biggest mistake.
With regard to family, relationships, YouTube, what are we talking about?
No, we're talking biggest mistake, in your opinion, in your life that you've ever made.
It's not easy to... What's your biggest mistake you've ever made?
If you could go back and redo something, what would that one thing have to be? If you had one...
that could be considered your biggest mistake. I could say... I'll tell you my biggest mistake right now.
What is it? It's not so easy, is it, to come up with the
I
biggest
know
mistake on
what
the
it is.
spot?
I don't want to say it. I don't want to fucking say it, but I'll say it.
Say it.
Is leaving UCLA baseball.
I thought you loved your experience up in Northern California.
I did for the pussy I got, but that's not the right reason to love an experience. I should have stayed at UCLA, sat on the bench 2 years, worked myself into that fucking lineup, gotten drafted, possibly been in the major leagues.
Got it. And give up all this comedy career?
No, buddy. I would have come out of the major leagues right into the Danny Mullen channel. It still would have gotten me. The path would have been exactly the same.
Yeah.
I would have still ended right here with you, buddy.
And God
right
knows
here
your
with you.
value would be higher as an ex-MLB player versus a Bachelorette alum.
No way, dude. XMLB, dude. I've looked it up. I have more followers than all the guys that were fantastic baseball players that I played at UCLA with. Even guys with fucking $14 million in the bank, well, a year. Even guys that make $14 million a year. I have more followers than those guys. So technically, I think I help you more the more followers I have, and I think that was through the Bachelorette stuff that I did. So, point of the story is you follow your heart, like the Alchemist says in the book The Alchemist, and you'll be fine. Your life it's water, it'll get out of your way, dude. It'll get out of your way, and you go to where you're gonna go.
I'm trying to think of a biggest mistake I've made because I don't want to be a coward, and everybody knows I love cutting myself open on this podcast.
You really do.
I'm so much more comfortable talking about my weaknesses and the embarrassing parts of my life on here than I am telling people like Ben or my girlfriend face to face. I get tongue-tied when I'm telling people face to face, but on here it just flows out because I know it makes for good entertainment. But the truth is, all of my fuck-ups, the heavy drinking, the coke, the Molly, the fucking girls kicking him out of the room, being an asshole, it's all led me to where I am now, so it's hard to say it's a mistake.
Well, then there is that philosophy in life, which I'm a big proponent of. I just kind of wanted to talk about mistakes, and I guess what you think is a mistake, but there are no mistakes.
A big mistake and a trend in my life that was negative was being very insecure in relationships. I destroyed one perfectly good relationship, and I destroyed one bad relationship through being very insecure.
Well, that's something that is a lot of men struggle
That was
with.
my last two relationships.
With Trinity, you blew it through insecurity?
No, two
That's a
previous
tragedy.
exes. No, two previous exes.
Hey,
Yeah.
man, it's normal. It's normal. But you know what? There's takes two to tango. I'm sure they were insecure too. I'm sure that they had their own
It
problems.
was the kind of shit where like checking each other's phones, like who you talking to.
That's
Like,
okay.
so toxic.
We don't know anybody who does stuff like that.
You need to check her phone. Everybody, you guys should have the 3-hour rule. The 3-hour rule. You should be comfortable giving the phone to the other person for 3 hours.
Let me break down my insecurities in these relationships,
All right, got
just
you.
so I can feel like I cut myself open
You
got to
be a
bit.
little Muslim sometimes. You know what I mean?
The first relationship I
Gotta
was
keep
in,
an eye out.
In relationships, you got to be Muslim sometimes, Danny. It's the truth.
I disagree with that, and that's what I'm going to try
Oh.
to say you shouldn't do with these two anecdotes. Leo and I have different philosophies on this.
We do.
You can choose whichever one you like.
Yeah.
My first relationship was with a gorgeous Jewish girl at UCLA.
Big tits.
I've talked about it. Not huge tits, but just a drop-dead beautiful face.
Nice.
I talked about this. I saw her for the first time in the campus bookstore, and it felt like I'd been struck by lightning.
Oh, that's beautiful.
There's a story that I heard. I read the book Under the Banner of Heaven about the Mormon religion. There's a guy who says that when he first shook hands with Joseph Smith, the prophet, he felt as if a bolt of lightning had hit his body. When I first laid eyes on this girl, my first girlfriend, I felt as if I had been struck by lightning.
Oh, that's romantic.
I thought right then when I first saw her that I was going to marry her, that our relationship was going to be perfect, that it was a sign from God, her and I meeting like that.
It could have been, Danny.
We both looked each other in the eye, just froze and said, hi, in that campus bookstore.
Wow.
It took me 4 months of hot pursuit.
Because that's what she's a good girl. Sounds like.
A good girl. It took me 4 months of hot pursuit to lock her down. And our first date, I'll never forget it, was we went running on the UCLA track at Drake Stadium.
Ooh.
She went back to her dorm after that. I went back to my dorm. I texted her. I said, hey, I miss you. Do you want to meet so I can just say hi to you for a second? We can break up our study sessions. She said, yeah, I'll meet you down there. We went down. We chatted for a little bit. I planted one on her lips, Leo. Mm-hmm. And it felt as if a tuning fork had been struck upon a star.
Oh, man. Kissing that first kiss after you pursue a woman and she's, you're matching up with her physically and mentally. There's really not a lot better in life, man.
But Leo, I had no passion for my schoolwork. I was only there to get good grades. My hobbies consisted of lifting weights and pounding vodka.
Nice.
So the only real self-esteem I had in my life was her affection.
Right. And that's when you're in trouble.
It wasn't long before I felt myself reaching for my phone, texting her, and then every second that she didn't respond felt like agony.
Yeah. That's tough, man.
I've
been there.
Whenever she was out of my sight, I was nervous. Whenever she was at any other function where members of the opposite sex would be present, I was jealous and I was checking in with her every 5 minutes. And it got to a point, I've told these stories in the podcast, where she did start pretty obviously cheating on me. It became a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yes and no. She could have just not been the one for you, buddy.
True.
But either way, yeah, that's
true.
It's not good to be that insecure, but
true.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I think sometimes you can trust someone, but it's totally okay to check and double check.
But
if
it's
being honest with you.
coming from a place of total insecurity, and Leo, let's flip it for a second. If there were a girl who everything you said, if you make a little joke at her, like, you're such a bitch, she starts going, am I a bitch? You don't love me? Did I do something wrong?
Well,
you would start to be annoyed by her insecurity, and you would start to get the sense that you were the sun around which her whole world revolved.
Well, yes.
And it would irritate you.
Of course, but I feel like this whole, everything in relationships it's a little game. It's a creepy little game. So the game you have to play is, you have to go hang out with 7 male models that are all 6'4". You know what, honey? Have a good time. I won't, I'm not going to text you. Don't worry. I trust you. It's all fine. Secretly, you go on all the guys' Instagrams with your fucking, your burner account. You check all their stories, see how close she is to them and stuff. Then afterward, you double check on her, like follows, see if she followed any of the guys, make sure everything's kosher, maybe drive by there, take a look at the shoot, make sure everything's going all right and she's not fucking being shady. And then when she gets home, you kind of act like you woke up from a nap and you're like, hey, but babe, how was it? So now she thinks you're the secure fucking beast. But in reality, you did your legwork to make sure she wasn't being shady.
I really want to see what Leo's burner account is. I think it's Dio Latavio, and it's his face and hair photoshopped onto a nerdy dude's body.
That's so funny, and everybody knows.
But Leo...
Those are like high weed overthinking thoughts.
Of course,
like
man,
going
of
that.
course,
No, but
yeah.
I feel that. I do that.
You look, it's
I do
not.
that.
I'm not saying that you should be a completely jealous freak, but it's okay to fucking be like, hey, dude, why is Kyle texting you at midnight right now?
Agreed. If there's evidence, if there's plain evidence that there's foul play,
right?
A midnight text from a guy and it's like, hey, you up? I want to see you again.
Right. What was the text that you sent to that one guy that the guy read? Was it like, it was a story about like a guy taking his cock out of her ass or something? You told me this story.
I don't know what you're talking about at all.
Never mind.
Was that a joke or is that a real thing?
No, I swear to God, you told me that you sent a text or that you read a girl's text that said...
No. It was my sister.
That's what it was.
My sister's current boyfriend read a text on her phone from an ex that said, I miss tearing that ass up, baby. I think I might be...
That's not good, dude. That's not a good thing.
I think I'm exaggerating.
Yeah.
I don't think he spelled it with a D. I think it was spelled TH.
But like, Mopi, thank you, man. Like, that's all I'm saying. It's like, don't be a cock. Guys, is all I'm fucking saying. If your girl seems to be like if she's like, I'm gonna go meet this, I'm just gonna go do my thing for like 4 hours, and it's like 9 p.m. on a Friday, and you're like, I thought we were gonna watch a marathon I thought we were gonna watch The Office, and she's just like, we'll see you later. You gotta question it a little bit. You gotta be like, where are you going? It's Friday at 9 p.m. Are you gonna go meet a guy at a bar? Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Here's my thing. I would rather, in the long run, have a clear mind frame, not be jealous, because I've felt jealousy in relationships and it fucking destroys you.
It destroys you.
It makes getting work done impossible, which I certainly can't afford to have going on right now. It makes you sleep less. It makes you angry. It makes the time you spend with that person less valuable because you're on edge and distrustful. I would rather just have a clear mind, be happy, trust the other person. Even if I knew once, twice a year, maybe she makes out with another guy, maybe she cheats on me once a year. I would risk that possibility over being a fucking asshole and knowing for sure my girl was being fidelitous. Is that a word?
I think that's a great mentality to have.
Faithful.
Yeah,
I'm an asshole.
It's a great mentality to have when you're probably also maybe philandering a little bit with that, which is fine. And
I'm not philandering at all, though.
I know, but I mean, it's a casual relationship. What I'm saying is, that's it's okay if you kind of know that you're not going to end up with that person.
What if you think you're going to end up with that person?
Well, still, I mean, if you think you're going to end up with that person, I mean, are you okay with her being like having sex with another guy? Is that what you're saying? Will you still marry her if you find out she had sex with another guy? That's the question you have to ask yourself.
No, if you found out she had sex with another guy, that's
Right.
a totally different issue.
Right.
My thing is guys tend to project situations that are happening that really probably aren't happening.
Yeah, that happens a lot, right? But like for example, like being totally comfortable with her going to like Coachella and getting fucked up with her friends, you know, in a situation like that. Like, is that something?
What if it's like you're with this girl and you know she could go out and get super fucked up, and the most attractive guy could walk up to her and she won't give any fucks about him?
Well,
and
that's great. That's the kind of trust you have to have.
But that's not like most girls. So
No,
like
that's not.
that's the thing. Yeah,
That is the thing. Yeah, like you see how they act, or you might not know how they act when they're completely drunk. You know, like there's a lot of things that go into play with it. But the point is, you know, I don't think there's anything wrong with questioning it sometimes. I just think like there's a lot of cucks out there nowadays.
I agree.
To be honest, there's so many guys who are just like oblivious to their girl just blowing dudes every weekend, and it's like, damn, man. I know we're switching over the fucking. It went the opposite way too much now in society. Every fucking dude I know nowadays in relationships, it's like shocking. I have a friend who's like, this girl slept with two of his friends, man, and he's still trying to get back together with her. I'm like, dude, what the fuck is going on?
Here's what I'm saying. And Mopi, pay attention because I know you're young. I'm going to school you this.
I would take any. Yeah, let me hear it.
Cliff notes on my thoughts on jealousy is your attitude should be that you're such an awesome guy that the girl is lucky to be with you, and that if she cheats and you find out she cheated, she's cut off, she's done, and she's the one who fucked up.
Right.
That should be your attitude. But the function of male jealousy and mate guarding, as they call it in evolutionary psychology, is this. You don't want your chick, without your knowledge, to slip off, get inseminated by another guy, come back pregnant, and then you think that you got her pregnant, her have a baby, and you raise it as your own.
Which is the worst thing that could ever happen to
That is
any
a
man.
horrible case. I really hope that doesn't happen.
That happens all the time. I know a woman that
That's
that
bad.
had a kid with another guy, and the fucking guy she's married to doesn't know about it.
The stats that I've seen are that somewhere around 10% of men are raising children other than their own.
Yeah, so
that's what I've seen.
There is a reason that you need to question that midnight text, guys. You got to question that midnight text. That's all I'm saying.
Why there's a built-in jealousy mechanism to defend against that is because the point of life is just to spread your genes onto the next generation. Darwinianly, that's a successful life, is if you have a bunch of children and they have grandchildren and your genes go on through eternity.
And that's why Genghis Khan was the most successful man of all time.
Yes, exactly, according to Darwin. But
That's interesting.
if
I've
you,
never thought of
Mopi, if Trinity gets pregnant, or if you got her pregnant after her shift at Taco Bell. It's
possible.
Well, his condoms break and he never wears them if he's, I don't know what you say.
I got a good pull-out game. It's okay.
Oh, I'm sure.
Or you could take my methodology, which is stay single, give the girl one magical night, disappear, leaving them only with memories and a possible STD.
Well, the thing,
Shut up, Austin.
if you're doing online stuff, that could be sketchy, because then what if she's like, "Oh, this dude raped me that night," and then kicked me out?
Well,
you nailed it.
Which,
now you know you've picked it up quickly. Now he knows. He needs to be very,
That's why it's gotta
very
be a magical
respectful.
night.
What I'm saying
That's
is
true.
jealousy is a built-in mechanism based on preventing your wife from having somebody else's baby and you raising it as your own. If when your wife gets pregnant and has a baby, you get its DNA checked, so you ensure that it is your baby. If that happens and it's your baby, there's really no reason to be jealous. What do you care? Worst case scenario, she goes to Vegas for a bachelorette party and she makes out with another dude when she's drunk. Like, why do you care about that so
What
much?
if she bangs a dude?
For respect? Like, she
No.
tarnished your feelings about yourself? Like, who cares that much?
Then why would you be faithful to her? You know what I mean? What's keeping you from not being...
I'll be honest. I'm faithful for selfish reasons. I like to be faithful because on this podcast, I like to speak my mind without any self-censorship. Yeah. And if I have to remember, did I cheat that night? I have to omit this detail here.
Yeah.
Where I was talking to Stu and he brought over those two community college girls and they blew us in the bathroom. I can't censor myself.
Totally. No,
that's why I piss so many people off all the time.
And that's great. But at the same time, I think that at some point, it's okay to care if she makes out with that guy. And I think and I think that, I think there's going to be a girl one day that makes you want to care about that.
I care about it. I care about it with my
You
current
care about it
girlfriend,
now,
Mia.
yeah.
I wouldn't love for her to make out with another guy, but also, you got to ask yourself, why are you jealous? Is it, do you think you're the fucking center of the universe and that every girl should be crawling on hand and knees to get to your penis and then you deserve pure fidelity? Like, I mean,
Yes.
I think it is. Yeah, I think it is a thought of like.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're such like we think of ourselves as such great guys that if this girl is doing this, any form of just like even cheating, then it's like no, this girl needs to be gone, and that's why I care personally.
Shut
I
up,
look at
Mopi.
myself as such a good
God
guy
damn
that
it.
like if this girl is doing this, then no, she's out.
I'm on your
That's it.
side, Mopi. I'm on your
his
side, dude.
I wish I could think like you, honestly, and have that mentality.
Dude, I wish too,
Like,
man, but I won't be able to do it now for sure. It would. I don't think I'll ever be able to do it.
the answer is somewhere in the middle. I'm not as perfect as I describe myself being, and you're not as crazy as you make yourself out to be.
Exactly.
The real answer is somewhere in the middle. You should be a
somewhere
little
in the middle.
jealous, but
Yeah.
you shouldn't be the guy FaceTiming your girlfriend, asking her to show you the room and take you into the closet with the phone and show you under the bed.
And one of the reasons I always tell Danny this too, but one of the reasons I can tend to be more jealous than the average guy is because of the way women have treated me. And that like I've had married women that were at the office that have asked me to take my cock out when I was a copier salesman. I've had Spanish teachers in high school that had fiancés that were making out with a 17-year-old in their classroom. So it's like
That was him. He was a 17-year-old.
I was a 17-year-old. So I'm like, what if they did this with me? I'm sure there's any girl that I'm dating could do this with other. But then I forget. I don't give. There's many scenarios that I've seen where girls have been unbelievably faithful to the guy they're with, a guy that treated them like shit, and they were unbelievably faithful with not just like with my me trying to hit on them, but like anybody that I knew. So it's a thing, of course, dude. I think it's great to have trust in a relationship. Once it's broken, it's difficult to mend it, and it should begin with trust. That's for sure.
In my second relationship, the girl was being totally faithful, and my insecurity and my projecting these fantasies, or not fantasies, these fears of what she might be doing when she was out of my sight, that's what killed the relationship.
Oh, it is a killer relationships. Jealousy will and can kill a relationship. Absolutely.
How you doing over there, producer Ben? I'm good. Hey, Mopi, give our buddy Ben the mic there.
Welcome back. You guys are both.
I'm so
in
happy
camo.
to be back on the Leo and Danny show. I can't even begin to say. Shout out all the fans, but I'm ready to take this up another level. If you watch the Leo and Danny show, you already know I fuck with you more than if you watch the main show. But if you don't watch Fan Jerry's vlogs at this point, are you a real fan?
I didn't know where he was going with that at all.
That's funny.
Ben,
let's go.
Ben and Noah have been trying real hard to get me to open a P.O. box so that fans around the world can send us toilet paper. Because here in L.A., we're on the brink of a state of emergency.
It's not easy to find toilet paper right now.
I had to wait for an hour in line to get into the supermarket this morning. There's no toilet paper. And it's going to be scary. We should talk about this now.
It's a lot better in the Valley, bud, where you're living in one of the most congested areas of Los Angeles by far. Culver City is like central to some of the biggest freeways in LA. It's all the big companies are out here. You're close to downtown. This is a fucking crazy ass area, dude. You need to come over where it's more quiet, where me and Mopi are at, deep in the San Fernando Valley, where shady shit happens.
I don't want to be within a 6-mile radius of Mopi and his shitty basketball mansion.
You are such an asshole, dude.
So listen.
Wish you had a pool.
Yeah,
and
dude.
A koozie.
Yeah, he's got a pool and a koozie, dude.
I'm
and
going
a
to
view.
Mopi's, bro.
Yeah, I'm going to Mopi's.
You saying koozie instead of jacuzzi is worse than Austin calling our survival guy a nigga.
That is not true.
It is. It's bad.
We say koozie.
Let's talk about this corona thing, because I've been one of the skeptics. One of the guys has just been like, not going to affect us.
I got
Media
some stats.
I just want to talk about how it's affected us here in LA, because our roommate Noah, Ben and I, he's been on it. He's a big news guy, and he has really been prophetic in predicting this whole thing. He said, do you remember, Ben, when he told us about 3 weeks ago that we should consider completely stocking the house with food, water, and toilet paper?
We told him a nice version of fuck off.
Exactly. We completely blew him off. Then what do we? He starts telling us it's going to come to California. He starts telling us that schools are going to close down and that people are going to have to work from home. A week, 2 weeks before all of this happened. And then this morning he texts me. He says he just got off the phone with a naval officer. Maybe it was our homosexual friend Nicholas, saying that they're going to no longer allow people starting Wednesday to leave their homes in Los Angeles. It's going to be total lockdown in this city within 48 hours.
It seems like that's a That's possible, man. It happened in Italy, and they're all singing outside of they're fucking singing out of their windows. I don't want to hear any of the Americans around me sing. It's probably going to be something like Cardi B or something fucked up I don't want to listen to. Man, the Italians, they're singing some good shit over there. You know what I mean?
Sinatra?
Yeah. Or a Dean Martin or some of their operas, you know?
But it's scary for us as content creators.
Oh, it is.
Trump is saying now that there's going to be this semi-state of emergency until midsummer, I guess Noah was saying.
Well, apparently the bug dies with the heat. I will tell you, but you got H1N1, didn't you? You got the swine flu that actually is way more potent. Like 60 million people got the swine flu, and it killed 575,000 people, something like that.
I feel elite now.
And you were one of those guys, huh?
Me too.
Yeah, Ben had it too.
Ben, you had it too?
I'm a swine flu survivor, baby.
Dude, so both you guys got that, which is in essence a lot crazier than this coronavirus right now. The coronavirus, what it is that's scary about it is that it really, I think 14% of the 80 and above, if they get it, they die.
That's a stat I saw.
Yeah.
My dad was telling
scary.
me. My dad was trying to tell me that people in their 60s, 50% of them are dying.
No way.
I had to get in his head. I'm like, Dad, you got to have a more positive mindset. That stat is so skewed.
That stat is not accurate at all.
Don't go outside though.
Don't go outside.
You're not gonna die, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I'm worried about my parents too. My mom's 65, my dad's 64. It's it's scary to think about that. You joke about it and you fuck around, but if this fucking virus took out somebody you loved, it'd be difficult to get over.
Did you guys sanitize Mopi before you brought him in here?
No, he's Jewish.
Mopi's
they survive everything.
He's beyond sanitization. Take a look at this filthy fuck.
God.
I'm worried for personal reasons. If they lock down the city and we're not allowed to leave our house for non-essential purposes, whatever that means, I don't know how we're going to keep creating content or content that's up to a certain standard. My standard.
Well, Danny, of course, but you can talk into into one of these mics that my sugar mama bought, and you would be absolutely you would entertain your people to the max. I think they're big fans. They'd be right there with you, buddy. They'd be quarantining with Danny. It'd be fucking great, man. We could do a live battery exhausted.
Austin, are we still rolling even with this camera malfunction? Perfect.
Cool.
That'll be cool. We can do some indoor videos.
Yeah, we do some indoor videos.
Hop on Omegle, maybe. Talk to. That's kind of trash content, honestly.
You know what we
Omegle,
could do? Danny, you could risk it. You could risk it and go outside and film anyway, dude. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm going to do.
That'd be crazy.
Unless the punishment for being outside is a stint in federal prison, I'm going to be outside filming content.
Yeah. We're going to film tomorrow, right?
We're going to film tomorrow. We already filmed a little bit last Friday, and you people are going to love this, fans of the podcast. Jackhammer Jeremy. We brought it out into the real world. We brought it onto the main channel. I posted a Craigslist ad. I forget how much we talked about this. I think we kept it under wraps because
we didn't talk about it at all.
We didn't want people to hop on Craigslist and see where we were setting this up. But we set up a personal training session with Leo. Some homosexual men.
I think only homosexuals hit me up on Craigslist, which is interesting to think about, but it's cool in its own way.
I might have used a picture of Leo oiled up with his shirt off.
I was sweating, and my abs were looking great that day.
In the ad.
Yeah. And he put it on there, and then men definitely try to hit me up to have sex. And what ended up happening was these men got to meet me.
They got to meet one other person, too.
None other than Jackhammer Jeremy.
The premise was they had to show up for Leo's personal workout, and it was going to be for his Patreon, his Instagram, his YouTube. But they didn't also realize he had a business partner named Jackhammer
Jeremy,
who had a few other tips to give on working out.
Oh, yeah.
And on selecting sexual partners.
Oh, yeah.
You guys might remember the Jackhammer Jeremy is obsessed with 35-pound dumbbells, with lifting weights really fast, and with molesting and maybe killing children.
Right.
So I let all those things be known in the middle of the workout.
I'm going to tell you, one of the most difficult times I had was keeping a straight face throughout these encounters.
It was tough. I was cracking up. Leo was cracking up. But we managed to stifle it enough that I don't think the guys picked up that it was a joke.
Right.
We got 2 fantastic bits doing that. Another bit in front of a Home Depot involving Hershey bars and a sign that says free rides down the Hershey Highway.
Oh, yeah.
We got a couple more things to finish off that video that we're going to shoot tomorrow. And then we got the survival video in the can. That's 2 weeks content, which makes me feel a little better about this potential quarantine. But I'm still worried, man, that it stretches out and that I'm not going to be able to put out the stuff that I want to put out.
Well, man, look, everybody's going to be understanding that this situation is unique, and it's temporary. Well, hopefully temporary. Of course, we could just all be facing the apocalypse. This virus could take everybody out. But point is, we're gonna end it on a great video. I'll tell you that much. Hack Hammer Harami is gonna be the greatest video ever.
That's a little inside joke you'll all find out about.
Yeah, but look. If that's the case, Danny, then maybe we'll hit the live for the podcast. Me and you will do Instagram live once a week for the podcast.
I guess so. I know if it goes for 3 weeks, the quarantine, one video I want to do is Edward 40 Hands in my house.
Ah, that's funny. I'll come over for that. That's hilarious.
If they let you drive.
Well, I'll hike here, man.
If they let you hike, you have to go by the cover of darkness.
Yeah, listen, with those ponchos that we got for the video, for the survivalist video, I could do anything with those ponchos.
I hope so, because it's not going to feel like an Edward 40 Hand video without you.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
That's my option for the third week if we're still quarantined. I had a great video I wanted to film about the shamed NFL kicker, Blair Walsh. I've developed a whole character for him. I have a bunch of bits based on a true-life failed NFL kicker. It was very high concept, very fairy tale, very Jesse Hiss style video. But we'll see. It involves schools being in session. That's not going to be the case anymore, or that's not going to be a thing that's happening. We'll work around it, I suppose. There's only one way to go, and that's forward, Leo.
That's right.
As we talked about last week.
That's right. It's forward.
What time are we at, Austin?
We're at time.
What does that mean?
It means the last camera is about to die, and we're already at an hour 50.
All right.
Wow. Mopi, you're welcome.
Mopi, it was great having you on the channel.
That was
brother.
very fun. Thank you for having me on.
Thank you so much. Welcome back, Ben. Archangel Austin, thank you for doing your job. Fantastic today.
You're very much welcome, Leo.
Mopi, try eating some semen in your next upload.
I'm a pass, but thank you for the suggestion.
Yeah, pass.
You
on
can try
that.
drinking pee.
I would be open to that.
Austin
That's
did
more
that.
reasonable.
On camera?
Yeah, that's reasonable.
Why no semen? Are you gay?
Oh, God.
I don't want an STD from semen.
Yeah, exactly.
Each your own.
I need to get tested.
Yeah, he's got to get tested.
Well, with Trinity, I'd say that's correct. All right, guys. We're signing off. Producer Ben, thanks for dropping in.
Thank you
Mopi,
guys for listening.
have a safe ride home, and God bless you, everyone.
Thank you.